Beef, why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who
the
you
pool house
are.
is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment. Welcome.
Welcome, members. Welcome, member. Hey, CJH, how's it going, man? All right, we got 6 viewers. It's a Sunday night, members night. CJH, are you there, brother? Is anyone alive? Okay. Hey, man. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Although I need to fix I need a new headset as well because I'm having problems here. Welcome, Chubby Teddy. Hey, man, if you're available, pop in on the link. The link is also on the community section on YouTube. Chubby Teddy, I'd love it if you could pop in a few minutes if you're available. We're short on members tonight. We're short on members. Having a good night. I just finished watching Morbius, and that's why I wanted to talk about.
Hello.
Oh, now we can hear you. Hey, Ray.
Okay, it was on the wrong one.
I just finished watching Morbius. Oh, good. Rhea's gonna join. It wasn't as bad as people said. I enjoyed parts of it, but man, good God! And I don't want to be negative, but I kind of think that whatever Sony's doing with the Sonyverse and the live action Spiderverse and Venom, and we have a Geekosity article to start. It's worse than what WB's doing. Good God. Like, I don't know what the hell their plan is. I don't think they do. And the article that we're going to cover first, CJH, is Geekosity saying that this is going to be Tom Hardy's last appearance for Venom 3. So what was the point of all this?
Well, the point was to put the symbiote in the MCU, as we saw in No Way Home.
Okay, but to put all this 3 films just to get the symbiote in, which could have been done regardless, and no Tom Hardy against Spider-Man, like that was the point. That's it. I just don't understand. I wish Isaac. I mean, if you understand, CJ,
I don't understand either.
No. Hans, if you're available, pop on, Hans. Well, my wife wanted to watch it, and I'm like, okay, it's better than going to the theater. I mean, I'll tell you what, the first hour is really good of Morbius. Like of him being like it being like a horror movie. I could do spoilers because people say the movie spoils itself. But did you see Morbius, CJH?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
Well, the first hour when he's dealing, Hans says we need more standalone movies. Enough of these verse movies.
What did you think of the dance scene?
What dance scene?
With my.
With
the bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Matt.
that was kind of cringe. It's Morbin time, Rohans. But the first hour was like really good to me. Like the special effects weren't amazing, but I was all on board for the journey of him. The reason why he wants to find a cure that's a disease that's impairing him and one of his best friends. And even up to the point where he first turns into Morbius on that boat sequence, that was amazing. That was like a horror movie, like him dealing with that. And then the second half lost me. And it's not like it's the worst movie I've ever seen either.
Does the movie feel like it should have belonged in 2003?
I get that vibe a little bit, yeah. I honestly don't think it was much worse than Venom 2. I really don't. Then with the announcements of...
As long as it's not as bad as this movie.
Electra, I gotta watch that again. Full screen, what are you doing with full screen, CJ?
I don't know.
I just had it lied around.
But it's like, I don't know, used.
Oh, okay. But honestly, like Madam Web and then that El Fuerte or whatever, I don't know what it, what's this Bad Bunny? I don't get it at all. I don't understand what's going on.
Oh, the wrestling one? Yeah, I have no idea what that's about.
And then Madam Web and then like Craven, I just don't get what's going on. Like, I don't know what they're doing. I don't understand.
Want Spider-Man 4. We don't want, these villain movies.
Yeah. Hey, please smash the like button. Help the member stream. I'm just at a loss. Like, I was depressed about WB the other day because of the Ezra situation. And then I watched this and I'm just like, what the hell? And then I was looking for articles and I came upon the Geekosity article that says this is Tom Hardy's last. Like, why would they do this to us, building up Venom as a character, a trilogy, and then just never have... I just don't understand. Like...
Oh, I got this before it blows up in the market.
What's that?
Namor.
Oh, Namor. That's pretty cool.
Before he appears in Black Panther 2.
Oh, yeah.
Blows up, and then
I can't wait for it. Hey, yeah, Isaac, get on here. I watched Morbius finally. We rented it. I paid for it on Amazon. And I have a lot of questions for you, Isaac. Matt Jarbroni in somewhere. Dat Boy 22 says, enough with live action Spider-Verse. Focus on animated. Well, yeah, I love the animated Spider-Verse. Yes, I did. And the first half is amazing.
Ever watch this movie?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Honestly, that's what I should be doing. I should be like reviewing some of the stuff that I buy on my channel.
Sure. Or do you do pickup videos? Did you get those recently?
Yeah, I got the Blu-rays recently.
Okay.
I used to get DVDs, but I figured I'd switch. It was just easier for my PC to run DVDs.
Yeah. Suck it, Max. Tony. RJ says, Sony can't do anything right if Lord and Miller weren't involved. Isaac says, give him a minute. Okay, Rhea is here. Hey, Rhea.
Hi, how are y'all?
I watched Morbius.
Yay, what did you think?
It's not the worst movie. And I really like. I actually think the first hour was like legit. Like, I love the reason. I also think Jared Leto did a good job of playing the doctor that's sick, and that the reasons he wanted to find a cure and his, all the kids suffering from that same illness and his best friend, and then up until the boat sequence where, and I was even with him like trying to do this out of the country because there's like laws against doing this type of things on humans. And then when he turns, that boat sequence was amazing. Like, it was horror. It was great. And then the second half, I was like, yeah, it lost me. The second half. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. But I really love the first half of the movie. Can you give me a refresher on what you thought of the movie? You saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. The theater was mostly empty, and Things I liked about it. Yeah, the horror elements, the like lack of fear to just, show gore on screen in a Marvel movie. I really appreciated that. The prosthetics, I really appreciated too, like for showing how the combination of bat genes and human genes sort of make this sort of like grotesque, bat creature. Excuse me. It was reminiscent of the movie Lost Boys for me from the 80s. Yeah, and I love that movie. So that was really cool. And to your point about the second half sort of falling apart a little bit, I feel like the intention of the antagonist being like a friend and then, finding a way to access the serum to, to heal and things like that, and being unwilling to let go of that and doing whatever it takes to, remain, and act like to continue to have the benefits of these powers and stuff, even if it means like killing humans. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then they also kind of left the door open, like spoiler for Morbius's love interest to potentially be an antagonist, if not like someone who might show some might cause some issues in another movie.
I thought that was cool that they left that, but then I was like, why is he the only one that could potentially stay good when he's infected, but everyone else turns bad? Like, even because obviously the love interest in that doctor had she was a positive moral person where she didn't want to cross, she didn't even want to cross some lines. Why would she turn bad if she was infected? But Morbius stays somewhat good. I don't, if they did make her a potential sort of villain in the sequel, that's what I wouldn't understand. Like, why is everyone else turned bad except Dr. Morbius?
I think it's kind of cliche, but there's always like this good, good-willed, person who sees this miracle, solution to ending suffering in either like, their personal life or, in the world. And they think that they themselves can, avoid being corrupted by it. And they know exactly how to, disperse it responsibly. And then that's when we start to see, the fibers of their character torn asunder a bit. And we actually see how having access to that power corrupts them a bit. So I think that's my my theory, because the antagonist in Morbius was generally like a good person, I guess. Like, I didn't see anything that they were like see any signs of like malintent originally. Maybe like some subtle signs that they were wishing really, really hard to be normal just for like a split second. I think they alluded to that when they were kids. Like, what would you do to be normal for just like, either an hour or something like that, or some small period of time. So there is some sign of like desperation that they alluded to. So I can see that. But like, as far as like my prediction, if a potential sequel came around, it would be that, the love interest feels like she knows what's best, and she knows how to, wield the power responsibly. And then that'll essentially like show, like I said, like the fibers of her character being torn and her being corrupted. Cool.
You know what? There may be some opportunity for a sequel, because I think it's actually doing good on rental. I think it's like so people are like, what is this Morbius movie? Like, everyone's talking about, even though they think it's a joke. And I think it's doing a good rental, because also the horror vibes. People like cheesy horror. So I wouldn't be surprised. Isaac is here. Our morbid friend.
Yo, what's up?
I saw it, Isaac.
That's what she said.
We have a new convert into the cult of Morbius.
I would like to see a sequel. Like, I think there's enough groundwork there that a sequel could make it better.
Welcome, fellow Morbhead.
I don't know if I'd go that far. And we have to get to the members' mailbag too. But I don't know if Hans left one in the mailbag, but this is an interesting question to start. And shout out to Hans. I can't wait to talk to you about the finale of Obi-Wan and all this other stuff coming out. Hans says, why are movies written for a sequel? A movie won't be good if the story can't be told in a single movie. Movies should be written as a one-time thing, and if a sequel could be written from that more. I get what you're saying, Hans, and we'll go around the panel, but then we'll get to the mailbag. I think it would be better if movies focused more on the single movie experience, but there's a lot of success that the MCU has shown by linking things together. It's just that still other companies can't get it right, and there's a lot of it's exciting, having a whole universe of movies. But I would like if they'd rein it in a little bit and just focus on one solid story as well. And the market decides, right? Consumers want these big universes and things linking together. But I would appreciate more solid stories that are more self-contained, but I'm not opposed to linking them up. But I get what you're feeling, though. What do you take away from Hans? Can you comment on that, Rhea? Hans's comment there about he wishes that it would be focused on a single movie and not always the need to set up a sequel or a universe, or Hans' comment there.
Yeah, I do agree with that, and I'm just pinging him a link as well if he would like to join us. And to his point, I do feel like standalone movies would be awesome. Like, what I like about Black Adam is that it feels like I don't have any like pre-existing expectations on how to perceive the characters that are coming into this franchise, which I'm assuming will be a franchise. But as it is, it's like a standalone product currently. So that's what I really like. And a lot of the baggage that comes with like trying to get into Marvel content is that it feels like it has a requirement to watch all of this other content before it. I was excited about Moon Knight, for example, because it felt like a truly standalone product. I mean, the execution of the product is like kind of mixed bag for me. Like, it wasn't perfect, but I didn't feel like I had to know a whole lot about anything other than, I didn't feel like I had to know anything before watching that show. So I think that's a good example of like a standalone product would probably be like a good entry point for folks who haven't been really participating in Marvel content, for example, for like the past 12 years or so.
Okay, cool. CJH, what did you think of Hans' comment there about him wanting to more standalone and not so much setting up for sequels or relying on a universe to tell a story?
So Iron Man kind of started that, and Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of like that. So yeah, although it's kind of hard to do that without the post-credit scenes, I guess.
Well, I do see the beginning of the MCU had more of the self-contained story, and then the end credits sequence expanded the universe. Like, I would like if they did a better separation of that. Now it's all kind of blended together. Like, focus. I appreciate that more and that makes the end credit sequence even more impactful when there's not all these loose ends in the actual product to the universe, like the movie, but then the end credit sequence sets up for the universe or sequels, or
That's kind of how Spider-Man No Way Home kind of ends, in the sense that
with the trailer,
they could pick up without any connections in the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. Justin, what were you saying there with the trailer? What did you say about the trailer?
Oh, the guy mentioned we don't have any names, so I don't know who's who.
CJH.
Yes. So yeah, I just made all I did was make a joke, just like what they did with No Way Home. Yeah, they ended it with the trailer.
Oh, okay.
I mean, well, that makes sense, though. You have to hype up your next movie, so there's nothing wrong with that.
I guess, but I don't know. I would have rather have seen like a real.
And there's nothing. I mean,
one at a time. One at a time. Okay, go ahead, Ian. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, for No Way Home, I mean, they couldn't set up nothing because they don't know what's going to be for the sequel. I mean, set it up that he's going to college, he has a job, if he has a job. Well, technically he doesn't, and stuff like that. And nobody know him. The Avengers doesn't know him. Happy doesn't know him. Probably Daredevil doesn't know him now because everybody forget who Peter Parker is.
Yeah, he
Only know
doesn't
him
even
as
have a
Spider-Man.
fucking social security now.
That's
He's
true.
screwed.
So he doesn't have nobody left. His aunt died, and thank God she dies. No disrespect to our man, but like, it just didn't have no setup for his post-credit scene. The next movie should be interesting. What they set up in Spider-Man 4 for Tom. So, yeah.
Oh, Degrassi's giving a warning here. If you don't want Thor: Love and Thunder spoilers, be careful out there. He's saying there's a spoiler dump coming.
Oh,
big dump.
I'm not surprised.
Like they're gonna
happened.
do it.
Who?
Like Degrassi is gonna spoil it.
No, I think Degrassi knows a lot of stuff. He watches a lot of content. He knows a lot about the industry. So I think he might know. It might be already spreading. You know, spoilers are becoming a big thing now.
Give it by the end of the month. It probably will be a spoiler.
I don't care, honestly. It's the Thor movies suck.
Oh, Justin, we care.
Dude,
we
I
care.
walked out of Ragnarok. It was awful.
Oh boy.
But to be fair, it was mostly because I didn't know what the hell was going on.
See, that makes sense. I mean, you didn't have to. I mean,
I'm like,
yeah,
who is this? Who is this like random person who's getting out of the spaceship drunk? I don't know who she is. Nope. I don't know. Just a lot of things. I already told you guys though that I walked out of that.
I mean, Hans,
I didn't remember that.
That is a good thing. That does sound great. Yeah, Peter Parker has the best. Yeah, no identity, no government. Yeah.
I really
That's
liked
cool.
Hela. I wish that we had not seen her fall in the movie. Spoiler alert. I would have liked to see her return and, you know, be an antagonist again.
Who knows? The
Yeah, she
multiverse
was.
is quick open.
She was an interesting villain that I could have. I think they could have done even more with. You know, but there was that big cutaway in the middle of the film, which is fun because you get to see Thor and Valkyrie and the Hulk.
It depends on the actress contract, though, because sometimes they sign for one deal, and then if they're gonna kill her off, they kill her off. It depends on the actor and actress. So yeah.
Well, Isaac, what did you think of Han's question or comment there about leaving movies as standalone more instead of all the sequel and universe building, or do you appreciate that? What's your thoughts, Isaac?
To me, it's always about how they execute it. I like it when movies do tease things, as long as you do it right. Like for example, the Batman. I love the Batman, but the one part I didn't like was that Joker scene. Not because the scene was horrible, but because I just felt like it felt like it took me out of the movie. It felt like I was reminded that this was a movie rather than like an experience. But they're also like little, like for example, in the first Iron Man, when you have that post credits talking about the Avengers Initiative, like it's always just depends on how it is. But I am also in the belief of, focus on each movie one by one. That way you build a universe, which is why the MCU is so successful right now.
Okay. Well, we have some members' mailbag questions. This is the VIPs of Movie Madness and Entertainment, the channel. I appreciate all the members and all the support you've given me for quite a long time. And this is it's like a free super chat almost. So Rhea starts off the members' mailbag. What Star Wars character would you like to see get their own spin-off series next, and why? Yeah, darn it, Anthony, you can't jump ahead. That's what I was going to pick. I do really want Mace Windu. It does get annoying that everyone comes back, but that's a character I would love to see. Let me think of another one.
Oh, wait, can you explain why and like how you want it to be executed? No pun intended.
Right. I don't necessarily think I'd want like a prequel series like him de-aged or anything, or a young Mace Windu. I think I'd want him to survive and to deal with everything after, just like, because if he would have succeeded, he would have actually stopped it. If Anakin didn't intervene. He probably could have
There's
stopped
no
it.
way he survived. He got thrown 50 feet in the air.
I mean, you never know. Somehow,
Well, let's
Palpatine
let's
returned.
not
now
get
you
into
can
that
get
debate again,
stabbed
please.
by a lightsaber and you're fine, apparently.
Somehow
Yeah.
Palpatine returned.
I don't want to get into the if
There
he
you go.
survived debate. I'm just saying if there was a series, he would have had to survive if it's not a prequel. There's been crazier things in Star Wars, and I would love to get him dealing with what happened
That would be like Count Dooku
after
surviving.
Anakin killed the younglings and Palpatine took over, because basically Anakin intervened from Mace taking care of Palpatine. You know, what if he did intervene, or do you think Palpatine would have killed Mace anyway? I don't know.
He probably would kill.
No, it was over.
I mean, that's a good question.
Justin, you said it was over. He had him cornered.
Yes.
Yeah. Anakin really messed up. Another Star Wars character that I would like.
Qui-Gon.
I would love a Qui-Gon series.
Would Qui-Gon be in? Do you think that they'll do like Mace and Qui-Gon together or not?
That would be cool.
Hey,
that would have to be a prequel though.
Hey, 10 episodes for each character. That would be dope.
I would love Star Killer.
With
but that's not a spin-off. That's
not. Yeah.
I don't know. We're getting most of the with the Ahsoka series. We're getting most of the things I want. Like I can't think of another one.
But I thought about like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
But only if they do like flashbacks of like Hayden, or even I don't know if they could. They'll have to recast for young. Anakin.
I don't even know if I want a Vader series, because he's been so much in these other series that I'm not sure. Like I'm not opposed to it.
Well, Vader, but like
well, I would like to
Anakin.
see that next, because we don't know how much longer James Earl Jones is going to be around and able to do this. Because then people won't accept it if it's not James Earl Jones. I mean, he's in his 80s.
I think they're using AI to generate the voice.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, technically, is Hayden doing the voice as Vader, and it sounds great. It sounds like the same actor. So yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going on with that. They do credit James Earl Jones, but I don't.
Probably because they use his voice samples from a while ago.
I mean, the Audacity say that Vader is in development.
I was gonna ask, like, do you think we'll see Vader in Andor?
Yeah, I think he will. I will not be surprised.
Because, like, to Max's point, like he's kind of making these little cameos, or like these extended cameos, I should say, in all these other series and movies and stuff.
I say in the last episode. I think in the last episode.
It depends on like if there's a Jedi in Andor.
Well, Degrassi says Vader isn't.
Mace Windu confirmed? Question mark.
Well, Han said, and I agree with this. AI to generate a robotic voice really isn't a problem. Where the young Luke fell off to me. Like
that's the problem with Luke is it doesn't feel real. Well, Vader.
If you stare at it too long,
Yes.
So they could continue using
This is the reason why
C-3PO's
Sebastian
voice.
Stan should be Luke
even though-
Skywalker.
There are many one backdoor pilot and Obi-Wan, so many spinoffs. Okay. Well, Rhea, I think we kind of know, but what if your answer would it all also been Mace to your own question?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so like even before Obi-Wan episode 5, where we saw like spoiler. Can we get into Obi-Wan episode 5 spoilers or no?
Sure.
So Reva survives this this stab to the gut from a lightsaber from Vader, and I'm just like looking like, well, I mean, of course, like I'm going to question all these other deaths via, the same method of dying by lightsaber stabbing. But that aside, I'm like now thinking like, oh, well, maybe Mace, like, did survive somewhere. And like to Hans's point, maybe he is sort of like a gray order, or maybe he's just like a lapsed, believer in the way of the Jedi or something like that. Or he's just sort of like a wandering Ronin type of vibe. That would be cool. And that way, like, we won't have to like worry about jarring de-aging effects on Samuel L. Jackson like we did in Captain Marvel. Like he can just be in his present day age and just, be on screen doing stuff. I would love to see that personally.
I mean, that is true. No body equal no death. That is true.
CJH, what series would you like to see? And then we'll get to Justin after that. CJH?
So it was, like I said, Darth Vader with some flashbacks with young Anakin. I don't know if they'd have to get like the blessing from Jake Lloyd or anything, but or like flashbacks with Hayden. But I'd also like a Darth Maul series.
Yeah, I would like that. Justin, what would you like as a Star Wars spinoff? And I haven't really asked you are you watching Obi-Wan, Justin?
Yes.
Okay. We don't censor here.
I don't dislike it as much as everyone else.
There's problems with it. It's mixed.
Well, it's just like don't make Obi-Wan an idiot. Like,
okay,
come on, like stop it. He's not stupid.
Well, he seems weak more than stupid to me. I mean, but what is there an instance where you thought he was dumb about something?
Saying Leia out loud, like her name. I'm like, are you serious? Like,
yeah, that was kind of
like things like that. Just like, no, stop it. It's a silly thing. But...
Yeah, there are some silly points to it. I wish it was more refined. I think a little bit, I think it could have been. I think it could have done another layer of refinement and tooling to even make like some there. I always say George Lucas did some great, like some of the fun from Star Wars is escaping situations, and in the original Star Wars and even the prequels, there were some really interesting ways that happened. But some of this stuff is like really cheesy. It doesn't,
Yeah.
But what would see from Rhea's question, is there a Star Wars series you would like to see that they might not be developing yet, or a character that you really enjoy that you would love to see?
L337.
No, come on, from Solo.
Hey, no way, bro.
You know what? Who I actually do want to see. It's gonna get some mixed reactions. Jar Jar. Bring back Jar Jar.
Actually, yeah, I agree.
No worries
Maybe
about
not live
the aging.
action,
Nothing
but,
like that.
animated.
I want to see Darth Jar Jar.
Darth Jar Jar. Okay. Well, some might already say Jar Jar is Sith-like.
No. I want to see it for myself. I really do.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, is there another answer
What about
besides Jar Jar?
Dr. Afra?
I wasn't trolling. I actually do kind of want to see Ahmed Best come back because he's gotten a lot of appreciation over the years.
Well, there's the character in itself is a stereotype of certain.
I don't give a shit.
Now.
It's Jar Jar, and I liked the character when I was a kid.
Okay.
So this character.
So fuck the haters.
Oh boy. Oh wow.
No, but if you want a different answer, I mean, I actually don't have one because I don't really want to see Lucasfilm screw up another favorite character of mine. I really don't. I don't want to see it. I really don't. Just like yeah, it'd be cool to see Mace Windu, but then you're gonna have like another character who's basically the show's gonna be centered around instead of them, and I don't like it.
Oh, you think you feel like are you more on the angle that the series set up a different character and it's less, not the bait and switch thing, but that's a thing with a lot of these. It's MCU too. The series set up another character, and it just that's these big universes. That's
So
an
they
issue
should.
there.
Well, the problem with that is like they announced Andor, and people were like, "I don't care about Andor." So it's
I don't care
they,
about the character.
they introduce
I'm not gonna
these
see it.
characters, and people don't care, even though they asked for no characters.
Yeah, Well, if Vader is in it, I'll watch that.
Well,
Those
that's the
scenes.
problem.
That's
Like
it.
people said they wanted new characters. Well, here's new characters,
Well,
and now they don't
because
want
he's
these new
already
characters.
dead.
Well, so is
Well,
Darth Vader.
Yeah, but we knew this guy for like a second. Seeing Vader be a badass is awesome.
yeah. I think there's a lot to explore. I understand about setting up a series for a character, just like when the MCU did Black Widow, where we finally got a movie and we already knew her fate. That can be frustrating, but I do think there's a lot to explore with the Andor character and the type of missions he could go on.
Hold on. Will said they'll say Sam Jackson was a diversity rehire.
I don't think they would do that. Everyone liked Mace. They don't.
You know what's funny is that like this wasn't an issue when the Phantom Menace came out. Like they're like, oh, now there's a Black Jedi. What? I'm so outraged. No one gives a shit.
Well,
I mean, I maybe because Samuel L. Jackson, like Morgan Freeman and Denzel, and for up until recently Will Smith, made white people feel comfortable. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, there's a little nuance to the conversation. There were characters like this before, but there wasn't a strong. There wasn't. Oh, Brian's getting in here. Hold on. Hey, Brian, how you doing, man?
Not too bad.
So I did watch Morbius finally.
All right, I gotta get going, guys. Take care.
Oh, all right. Thanks, Justin.
Yeah, as soon as the Morbius talks happens. Nope.
You don't get Morbin time? Did you see
it?
it?
No, and I don't want to. I don't like Jared Leto.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I liked was him in Requiem for a Dream, and I'm not going to spoil it because it's a great fucking movie. But what happens to him at the end is so satisfying to watch because he's a piece of shit. Okay.
Oh.
Anyways, I'm sorry that was so harsh.
That it was pretty harsh.
But he played it so well, and I loved it. Anyways, take care, guys.
All right, thanks, Justin.
And by the way, Brian.
Yes, sir.
I love you. Bye.
Love you too, buddy. Take it easy.
Brian's awesome. You guys are all awesome. Take care.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
All right. Well, now that Brian's here, we could ask Brian this question because it's a Star Wars question. Ray left a great question here. What Star Wars character would you like to get their own spinoff series and why?
Oh. That's a tough one. Kidster. From episode 1.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I would honestly, I wouldn't say not necessarily. I would like to see a Boonta E themed show. Not a character, but a place. Yes, we have a lot of Tatooine. Maybe we can see it on another one. But I want to see a pod racing show.
Oh,
Like a show
pod
that
racing
focuses.
show.
Awesome.
Yes, a show that focuses on pod racing. Maybe
Like-
we can go to
like-
Malastare and see their track. You know what I mean?
Style, do you think?
Maybe like documentary style, or maybe like a one where we travel, you know, where we have a couple like more like a Days of Thunder almost, but in Star Wars. I think that would be kind of cool. You know, not necessarily Sebulba, but like have somebody else there, but set it in the sequel trilogy
Office.
timeline.
Kind of like The Office.
The Office. It's Star
Well,
Wars.
well, they did it. They did it in Star Wars Resistance with the speeders. So I think it'd be kind of cool to like do pod racing. Pod racing would be kind of cool. Exactly, Hans. We'd get to see like all sorts of different planets and stuff. Like pod racing on snow. Wouldn't that be cool? Like the Hoth track, you know, the Wampas around the corner and stuff. I mean, I just think that would be kind of interesting.
That's one of my favorite Star Wars games. Hey, we have 48 people watching. Would you be so kind as to smash the like button for member streams? And
Also,
did you go, Anthony? I'm sorry.
Also, I would love to see, like from Star Wars game, Cal get a TV show too.
Cal Kestis?
Yes, I would love to him get a TV show.
Mm.
And I mean, he take place doing Obi-Wan, so like, why not have him show up? That would be amazing.
Yeah. Does anyone have you played the pod racing game, Rhea?
On N64, I wanted to get the Switch port of it, but I just never did. I slept on it.
Yeah. I bought it again for Series X. It's still a lot of fun. All right.
Do you know that they re-released the Revenge of the Sith game for Series X?
Well, I have my original Xbox game.
Everybody has that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a tie-in game. That's what it is. It's a movie.
There's also Racer Revenge too, from that series. There were so many great games during that time. Okay, so CJH. A Flash question.
Oh my god!
Should they bring in Wally West to replace Barry Allen until they could find a replacement? Maybe have Barry stuck in the Speed Force after his cameo in Flash TV show. I will go to my thumbnail from earlier. I don't want Ezra canceled. I want, if Ezra's innocent, that's fine. Just anyone's better than Ezra.
Brian.
Anything's better than Ezra right this point.
Listen. Oh, fucking hell. Listen, I mean, he already got his movie. I mean, he playing 3 different characters. I wish Reverse Flash was the villain in the movie, but WB is trash, so of course he's not. I mean,
let's focus on the Wally West.
All you had to do is introduce
Speed Force.
I mean, no, he got out of the Speed Force at the end of the cameo from the TV show. That's because the movie starts with him. I mean,
Ryan,
all you had to say that Aris has a nephew. There's Wally West, and that's it. If you want him to introduce him in the next Flash movie, I forget a Flash too. So whatever.
All right. Well, what do you think? Well, we'll go with you first, Brian. What do you think they should do? Wally West was this CHH's question until they figure things out.
Who? I don't know. I don't have I lack the context to answer the question. So
it's a different speedster instead of Barry.
You've watched the DC animated universe, right?
Some of it, yeah.
That was not Barry Allen. That was Wally West. That version.
He's just saying introduce the distance.
Yeah, in the
animated one.
The animated Justice League movies? That wasn't Barry Allen? I thought it was Barry Allen.
No, it was Wally.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, the Flash is the Flash. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, how many variants of Green Lantern are there? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Sorry, that's my answer.
Rhea, what do you think would be good to introduce a different speedster until they figure this stuff out with Barry? I mean, the actor that plays Barry.
Well, I want to wish Ryan a happy Father's Day.
Hey.
And
yes.
And welcome to the show. And I hope you're enjoying your day so far.
I am. I got some really cool stuff. I got this. This is cool. I got that from Hey. I got Chewbacca pop.
Awesome.
Is that a book from Jim Lee or is it other artists?
I have another book from Jim Lee. No, this is various artists.
Nice.
But yeah, it's really cool. It's got sketch paper in it. Really nice. Yeah. I wasn't expecting it, but like really cool stuff. Ooh, wait, this way.
I like that Star Wars banner.
Thank you. Oh, you mean up here? This?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I got that from Hobby Lobby.
The nerd wall is expanding.
It is. No, I got this from Jim Lee because I'm a huge Jim Lee fan. So I got Justice League you can't see that. Justice League Unwrapped, where it has a lot of his art that is really nice. Really nice stuff. So it's within arm's reach. But yeah, no, I love that. And then I got Chewbacca.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah,
I like
is a good one.
So.
Oh, wait. That's a special edition. I've never seen a black box Funko.
I know, that's sharp.
Yeah, no, it's pretty nice.
Get it up real close. Get up real close. Galactic Convention exclusive. That's going to be worth something. Is that because of Comic-Con stuff?
I
used to
don't
collect the
know.
special editions.
I don't know where he got it from. The only other one I got Funko Pop is this one here, which is Batman.
Ooh, Target exclusive.
Yeah. So my sons and my daughter also work at Target. So,
okay.
So I have the hookup. I have the hookup.
You need a pop collector case for that one.
Oh yeah.
You put it in a case.
Cool. I just got it. So I don't have any pop cases. But if they exist, thank you for telling me, because I had no idea.
Well, that's what I keep. They're worth. I have a few that are worth almost $700-800, and I keep them in there. Yeah.
What?
I told everyone I sold my pop collection. I got 8K for it, and sold. Paid down debt.
8K
before I got
for
yeah.
Good job.
Wow.
That was a couple years ago, and I only
the best
kept
thing
a
I
few.
got is this thing here. I mean, I have a lot of stuff from episode.
Oh, this is.
Oh my god.
This is show and tell. Oh my goodness.
This is my Razor Crest, and it is a Hasbro Toys exclusive. So this is my.
Is it a convention?
No,
is it from a
this
convention?
It's actually from a thing that they did online, where they had like a limited run, and it was one of those things where if you also know about the other one that they did the sail barge, Java sail barge, where they made that into a toy for like the what is it 3.5 inch figures, and so they did one for the Razor Crest before it blew up for Mandalorian, and so that's so I got me one of those because that was they only did it for like you could I guess sign up to purchase it, and then they cut off at a certain date or time, and then that was kind of there it is. Degrassi has it. It's a Hasbro Pulse crowdfunded.
I see.
So it's really cool. It's got Jawas in there, and I haven't opened it yet, so I'm just gonna leave it in its case.
Nice.
Oh, cool, Joker.
Awesome, man.
Nice.
You guys got to stop showing me stuff. I'm a recovering addict.
I got Superman and Batman there. So
awesome. Glad you're having a good Father's Day.
I am. I just got back from eating.
Ooh.
So it was a day of eating. So it was really nice. And got a Whataburger gift card. So
Whataburger.
Whataburger's dope. It is dope.
Bookie look. Nice.
All right.
Oh, wow, look at that. It's pretty thick.
2 C's.
Well, what did you think of CJH's question there, resident DC?
You're about to call me
guy?
Resident Justice.
No, resident DC guy. You know a lot of what would be something
Raya
they
never
could do?
got to say.
I want to hear Ryan's response.
Okay.
What was the question? You keep clicking it on.
Oh, sorry.
I can't see it.
Should they bring Wally West in to replace Barry Allen until they find a replacement? Is it like somewhat of a solution? Okay. Or maybe that Barry's stuck in the Speed Force after his cameo in the Flash TV show?
Well, he's not stuck.
What would be if they thought. Now I know we may have different opinion on the whole Ezra situation until everything comes out.
Yeah.
But if they thought they should do something until this all blows over, is there a solution that you would think, knowing all this DC lore?
Okay.
Like
Yeah, sure. Do I think that they would explore Wally West versus the Barry Allen and try to connect it or make it a part of this DC universe on film? They could do it, but I see one of two things. Number one, I understand why Warner Brothers is being quiet. They're hoping that this thing blows over. Like I said earlier, that's the reason why they're quiet. They are hoping that all works itself out and they don't have to do much. But that's and they got information as far as like what was going on with Ezra, and things have been happening since last year with the whole KKK message, and before that there was some and the choking of the girl at a bar a year prior. So I mean he's just a goofy guy that just doesn't really have I don't want to say boundaries, but doesn't really have a grasp of what we would consider a reality. You know, like Paris Hilton and other people that are
Celebrities sometimes are in their own
they
world.
don't have a semblance of what we value as reality. They have a different environment, and so they learn from their environment from other people, and that's why, you know, a lot of things happen. And a lot of people do these weird things, and
Well, child actors too. Child actors.
Child actors, yeah, especially like, I mean, if you Macaulay Culkin, you know, a lot of weird stuff with that guy. But yeah, I mean, you know, so they grow up and they don't have a. I mean, hell, even Michael Jackson, you know, grew up in the business. You know, had some things going on with Quincy Jones that shouldn't have happened, and his father and a lot of other things. But as far as getting back to CJH's question, I would say if I were Zaslav, I'd say no. I'd say let's reboot, just have standalone movies, kind of like how Marvel did, and just branch, you know, see if it can work itself out. As far as, like, you know, I would want a connected multiverse, but I would simply just reboot. I would not bring back. I would do a Wonder Woman 3 just to finish the trilogy, because that's a thing, finishing trilogies. I would bring back Jason Momoa, minus, you know, his co-star, which also, you know, had some weird things going on. You know, I mean, you know, a lot of these people is just a lot of weird stuff. Like, can't you just live a normal life? I would have him come back, finish that off with Aquaman 3, because, you know, it's a popular franchise. I would continue with.
Doesn't do sequel.
Oh, I don't need the director. He's going to be an executive producer. James Wan is going to be an executive producer for Part 3.
Yeah,
so he doesn't have to direct Part 3. That's his choice. He can do what he wants. He can go back to doing more horror films, you know, like Insidious and The Conjuring and all that. You know, that's his background. That's what he really likes. So have him go do that. You know, I want people to come in, and this is the problem with a lot of these directors, is that they don't have passion. And if you don't have passion, it's either going to be just crap, or it's going to be, you know, you're going to get, like, because you're going to get half effort, or it's going to be disjointed because it's not the genre.
Look at Dark Knight Rises. Christopher Nolan didn't really have a passion to do the third one, especially after Heath Ledger.
Yeah,
but he did it for reasons for his other projects for Warner Brothers,
and it's the weakest of the three.
Yeah.
It's a garbage movie.
It wasn't.
So that's what
good,
could happen if you make James Wan come back for third. You know,
exactly, and that could be, you know, the same case or situation with Patty Jenkins. Like there was a lot of people that were like, hey, yeah, you know, and myself included, was like, hey, why isn't Cersei part of this? You know, why isn't she in this universe? You know, she's a huge character, and she's like, who's Cersei? Like, whoa, you haven't dived into the lore. You don't really care that much to invest. Then we're not going to get solid products from you. And hence Wonder Woman 84 had a very disjointed story. There was a lot of really good elements or good ideas in Wonder Woman 84, but the execution was just not so good, not great. But yeah, no, as far as like exploring Wally West, I wouldn't have a problem with exploring Wally West. It doesn't have to be Barry Allen, just like it doesn't have to be Hal Jordan. They could explore Jon Stewart. It doesn't have to be, like certain characters that have multiple people that sort of take on the mantle. But I wouldn't cast a Wally West in hopes that we can go back to Ezra Miller at some later date and say, oh, these guys actually are related or some crap like that, and try to make it work. You know, I would just say, hey, let's make a solid Flash movie and not have it be a multiverse movie. Not have it, open up. Give me just a Flash movie. Give me something that's like, okay, who is the Flash? What is he about? What is his rogue? The Flash's rogue gallery is the second best of DC. First best is, of course, Batman. Second best of as far as well known and
that was going to happen with Rick.
I'm sorry.
That was going to happen with Rick when he was going to direct it like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I would definitely. I do a standalone Flash movie that has the ability to be connected. Like the Batman that Matt Reeves did, they don't want it to be connected to anything. So let it be its own thing. But then I would have a Batman movie after I introduce other things, because Batman's going on and they want, you want all your money to be thrown at Matt Reeves right now. I would have a Superman movie. I'd have a Flash movie. I'd have other characters that I would, sort of build up and and just sort of like start that younger actors, and because I mean we've had like again Henry Cavill 2013 and we're in 2022, 9 years later, and I'm sorry, but like that's a missed opportunity to just have him co-star in BVS and then co-star in the Flash and not headline another standalone Superman film. I would love to see one. I would love to see one that doesn't have to necessarily connect to Zack Snyder's, universe. Just like give me the same director. And they tried that. They tried to bring in, the director from Mission Impossible. They sat down with the executives. Yes, they sat down with the executives over there, and Hamada was like, "Yeah, no, we've got a plan. What's the plan?"
I'd like to see classic Superman with like almost like the Christopher Reeves, but newer.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can, and that's what Brandon Routh was supposed to be. Brandon Routh was supposed to be Chris Reeves Superman for today. And there was a lot of disjointed things in that movie as well, because the same thing what we were talking about earlier with Bryan Singer. Bryan Singer didn't really want to do a Superman movie. He just came off the heels of X-Men, and he wanted to do a Logan's Run movie. And they were like, okay, we'll give you the Logan's Run movie, but first we want you to do a Superman movie. And so his passion wasn't really there because he wasn't really like, I have a story to tell. Those are the directors I want to see, the ones that say, I have a story to tell. If you don't have a story to tell, man, just move on, dude. Go away. I don't want you in the franchise that I love. So, but yeah, I mean, back to CJH, I wouldn't mind a Wally West movie, but I wouldn't make a Wally West movie just to make it connect to Ezra Miller's Flash. I'd do Wally West and like, okay, what's this Flash about? What's this story about? So I'd do that.
I mean, what if in the Flash movie, Iris mentioned that she has a nephew named Wally? They could do that.
No. His name is Walter, and and we'll leave it at that.
All right. Well, does anyone else, Anthony? What do you think of CJH's question there about a different speedster? I agree. I just want to see a solid Flash movie too. Unfortunately,
he wasn't passionate about it, Degrassi. He wasn't. He did it to get something else. He was promised Logan's Run.
He wasn't.
He didn't care. The only cool thing that Bryan Singer did that he was excited about in that project was the plane sequence at the beginning, and that's it. Everything else was just like, oh, okay, he's working again with Kevin Spacey, so he felt very comfortable in that. And we all know what happened with him. So. Well, and both of them, actually. Sorry.
We should probably get through these questions.
Refresh it. I may have deleted some.
All right, hold on. Well, this is a good one for Brian. We'll
Episode 1
Brian first. What the hell is this thing? How satisfied?
No, bro. No.
I'm very satisfied because all my members are here. I was just joking. I'm very satisfied. What?
Like he's gonna have to go through this whole
survey.
whole survey.
20 minutes later.
He's like, God, I really.
Thanks for your feedback.
Thank you for your feedback. That's fine.
All right. Let's start with Brian on this. What's your favorite Trek episode?
Oh,
episode 168.
Right. Damn.
There's so many.
No, it's I'm gonna just go quick and easy. Way of the Warrior, part 1 and 2. It's the season finale for season 3, or that's actually the opening for season 4. It's where Deep Space Nine. It's where we get reintroduced to Worf because he comes over to the show, which really kind of kicks that show off into a whole another level. But it's also where the Klingons attack Deep Space Nine because of the Dominion. So, and that's where things start really heating up with the show. So I would say that, and probably my second favorite is the finale of Deep Space Nine, What We Left Behind.
Nice.
Will Wallace is the one with the tribbles. I have a problem with my memory. So go ahead, Rhea.
So this is like the one episode that I always think about the most. So I don't know if it's like my favorite, but it's from the original series. And Brian, you might know better. You might remember it a little bit better than I do. But basically, like they've traveled to this planet where everyone's happy, and then Spock, is obviously part of like the recon team that lands on the planet to explore, and him along with like some of the other folks from the Enterprise are like they don't want to leave, like because they're like smitten by the positive vibes of the planet, and then they realize that it's like something like is off about it, like that's like chemically like compelling people to be so happy. So it's not
it's like in the flowers or something like that.
Yeah. And then like okay, just fast forward to why I really like it. Like towards the end, Spock snaps out of it. They find a way to break the spell that is causing folks to not want to leave the planet, and Spock says like something along the lines of like, for the first time in my life I felt happy, and I just like I was bawling as a kid.
Wow.
I didn't realize how impactful that was, but it just like all these years later, like I still think about it too, because like I still love that show. I'm not like a huge like textbook fan like a lot of other folks like Brian, but like a lot of key episodes like that really like stick with me. So yeah.
That's cool. I think I remember that one as well. Happiness is an illusion. I don't, they're all happy there, and it's really dark. The reality. I have a problem remembering specific episodes because of my memory, but I do like anything with Spock or Vulcan, and I do like Enterprise a lot. That series as well, and there were some cool episodes there. I just can't remember which ones. So that's the best I could do on the best Star Trek. Ryan, you have any have you watched Trek before, or do you have any favorite episodes?
I've seen a couple of the films.
Okay, we'll just go with the film then. What's your favorite film?
I saw the one with Christian Slater. I don't remember too much about that one. I remember that what's his name? Captain Kirk was in the movie, and he had to find I think he found Spock or something like that off world, or I don't know. I don't remember too much about it. I remember it because it was at a drive-in theater a long time ago. I saw it when I was really young, and I don't recall too much about it, but I remember that one because I was like, oh, Christian Slater, what's he doing in Star Trek?
That was Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. That's a good movie.
And I found out the only reason why he was in it was because his mother was the one that was the casting director. So she got him onto the set and got him to do that and whatever. But I do like J.J. Abrams' first Star Trek movie.
Yeah.
Because it was new, interesting, and it was closer to Star Wars because it was more like a shoot 'em up Western action packed whatever. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, this is interesting. It's cool. So I like that one. As I would say is my favorite. Because I mean it's very limited. I thought the sequel with what's his face, Doctor Strange, wasn't that great. He was Khan or something like that, or just I don't know. He was very underwhelming, and even the reveal that he was Khan was underwhelming. But yeah, I thought that. But yeah, no, that's all I can say about Star Trek. I love Trekkies. I've seen that, and I love the other Galaxy Quest.
Oh, I love Galaxy Quest. I mean, I wish that could have been a whole series. That would have been amazing, especially with what was his name, Alan Rickman. I love him in that.
Yes,
oh my
Alan.
By Ragnar's hammer.
That was
I
so
will avenge
great.
you. Yeah.
By Graftar's hammer.
Yeah.
The savings. Where he's at the beginning at the car dealership. It's one of my favorite movies, and then it has Justin Long in it, where he's like the fanboy.
He is, but I liked what's his name from Hitchhiker's Guide, and he was also in Iron Man 2 or 3, 2, where he was the one that was, the guy that was like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, Hammer.
Not Army Hammer. That's
no. Yeah, God darn it. He plays Hammer in Iron Man 2.
Yes. He's a great actor.
Sam Rockwell. Sam
Rockwell.
But yeah, he's hilarious. Like, I died before the credit scene.
Yeah, excellent. And Sigourney Weaver. Wow, she looked really good in that movie.
Yes, that was.
I was like, she didn't look that good in Ghostbusters. What happened?
Oh,
I mean, she didn't look as good as she did. Galaxy Quest, I was like, wow, she look de-aged before they even de-aged people?
Well, because I think the last movie she was in before that was Alien 3.
Yeah.
And she was like bald.
Yeah, it was Mel Brooks worthy. I agree, Dreadnought. So Anthony, do you have a favorite Trek episode? Anthony, did you fall asleep?
Oh, I hope so.
No, I
hope
that's,
so.
I mean, I don't know, man. There's so many. I mean, that's hard to pick, but
You're probably not wrong.
there's
Grassy.
someone here. There's somebody to pick. I can't think, man.
Oh, I hope so. That'd be dope.
Tim Allen, hopefully. Get Tim Allen back.
We'll see, CJ.
They'll replace him with Chris.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans.
It'll be a prequel. It'll be a Galaxy Quest prequel. Oh man.
CJ, do you have a favorite Star Trek?
The first movie, I guess.
First movie.
So I remember watching it with my grandfather.
You mean the Star Trek: The Motion Picture, not the reboot?
The most picture one.
Oh wow, yes, that can be a little boring. I appreciate it, but it moves slow.
I need to be on hallucinogens next time I watch that movie.
All right, so let's get to these questions here.
Just refresh it, I think.
Well, we'll get to it. We'll try to go quicker. If you were Kevin Feige for DC and were in charge of rebooting the universe, how would you do the DC universe? Which movies would you be your priority in order of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3? You have to recast it. I mean, I guess to simplify that, which characters would you start with? I still think you have to start with Superman. I don't know if you reboot, are you going to start with the Flash or some other characters?
Hell no.
I still think you have to start with the Trinity, right? But we don't really need another Batman Superman reboot is the problem, or Wonder Woman. That's the thing. Like, it is a weird. It's a weird scenario. That's something that DC, a problem that's specific to DC and not Marvel.
We're talking a fourth quarter Hail Mary here, dude. It's not going to happen.
If it were me, and I were starting over, I would do. And I would have a plot. I would have a plan of, kind of like what Zach was doing as far as world building.
Sorry.
And I would no, you're good. And what I would do is I would have the 3 movies,
hey, Ben Workman,
filmed.
I
would release them roughly around the same time. I'd be like, yo, here's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and go and see if it's palatable, and get audience reaction. Just say, hey, this is what we're doing. I've got you because you really have to nail Batman and Superman out the gate. Like you've got to see that these are embraced, beloved, whatever. And I think that's one of the reasons why this movie here that I have, the Batman, is embraced a lot by people, because they're like so upset that for whatever reason, they don't have anything to champion. They're willing to champion a movie it's good, but it's very. I think the Batman is a good movie. I just think it's really boring. It's fine. It's a good movie. It's not. I hope the second one is a little bit more action packed. But I would say, hey, you know what? I need to get Superman. I need to get Batman. I need to get Wonder Woman. Some really good movies that really make a lot of sense. I would bank on lore. I would have them disconnected, but I would have it to where they could. The iterations that I create could be in a shared universe. Like with Robert Pattinson's Batman, I couldn't see him in a world that lives with like Darkseid.
There's no shared universe there at all.
Yeah, there's
like
no
the
shared
Nolan
universe.
It's like
right, exactly. I couldn't do that with Christian Bale either. But and that's not to say that you need to have some weird fantastical Batman that doesn't make any sense. I do think that Ben Affleck's version of Batman does marry well with a lot of different characters. Like you could have done a Man Bat, you could have done a Clayface, and it would have been fine for his version of the character. It wasn't completely grounded in reality. And that's sort of what these things should be, is sort of a pseudo reality I wouldn't want it to ever be like the Incredibles, to where it's it's goofball, and like really slapstick and haha, chum, whatever. But again, the same thing with Superman. I would make Superman, but I would have a different villain, more than likely Brainiac or maybe Parasite or something like that. I would get off of the bandwagon of using Lex Luthor and Zod, because it seems like that's a crutch. It just seems like, okay, is there no other characters?
Well, yeah,
out there?
I was. That's the one thing for the
You
Flash.
know?
Besides what happens with the next universe is, I'm like the Zod rumors again. I'm like, oh come on, Zod, because Zod was already Zod. I love Zod in Man of Steel.
Yeah,
but
now
then
he's
he
a
was
great
basically
villain.
a Zod Doomsday, and then to bring
I
him
want
back
to see
again. I'm like,
Brainiac.
Yeah,
Oh.
Brainiac would be great. Metallo would be interesting. I mean, like I said, Parasite. Or you could even bring in like a magic based villain, for him or whatever. But I would do something a little bit different with, like, okay, I would have sort of the timeline. I would have Lex Luthor exist, but I would have him sort of like maybe watching what's going on or whatever, and sort of like trying to pull strings behind the scenes. I like the whole, and maybe I'm just partial to Clancy Brown, but I like the Lex Luthor that is sort of like a chess player. He wants to become the president of the United States, and he wants to go up against Superman from a political standpoint, and try to like turn the world against him in that way, where it's difficult and for people to sort of like embrace the two different paradigms that sort of would clash. And you could see where he, as a human, he'd be threatened by an alien, whatever. And so, I mean, interesting. But then with Wonder Woman, again, I would dive in with like Circe, and I would make it a period piece to where it doesn't connect to the timeline, kind of like they were playing with doing Wonder Woman in the 1800s instead of the early 1900s. I would make her completely disconnected. She doesn't age like the other ones, like Batman and Superman or whatever. But I would make sure that I get that character down, right? I wouldn't. The problem that I see here with Patty's version of Wonder Woman is that they rely too heavily on Chris Pine. They rely too heavily on this relationship. I want to know more about her. I want to know more about the lore. I want to know more about like the Themyscirian, the Amazonians. Show me more about them, where I don't have to pick it up like, oh, here I have to watch BVS, I have to watch Justice League, I have to watch all these other movies to kind of get a world picture or a well-rounded picture of what these ladies are about on this island. Exposition in the first Wonder Woman was fine, but I want to see a lot more of that. I want to see a lot more of the mysticism or not mysticism. I'm sorry, the mythical creatures and things of that nature.
Well, you've helped me, Ryan, because I'm going to go next, and then we'll go to Brian and Rhea, where you would start if you were to reboot. After going through all that, I love. I invited Firewater for you. Rhea.
Yeah, you invited me and kicked him. He's like, "Hey, this is gone."
Hey, Firewater.
What's
Hey,
up?
how you guys doing? How's everyone doing?
Howdy.
How's
Pretty
it been
good.
a while? We missed you.
Yeah, no, it's been a little bit. How you guys been? How's
Good,
everyone?
good.
Excellent.
Better than
Good, good,
DC.
Oh man, DC is. I feel bad for heavy DC fans, man. They're just oof.
Never
Well,
catch a break.
the only thing worse than DC is the thumbnail, the Sony whatever verse with Morbius and Venom. But our question from our members: what if they did have to reboot? Where would you start? After Ryan, thank you, Ryan, for that great answer.
Oh, sure.
Now that I'm thinking about it, because Wonder Woman doesn't age, I would probably start with Wonder Woman again, maybe a different Green Lantern, an older Green Lantern, and then pass it on, because Green Lantern's been around for a while too. I think in the history of the
For Green Lantern, I would, and this is where they went wrong with
and
Ryan
Martian Manhunter too, maybe.
is I would have taken him off world. Sort of like I would do Guardians of the Galaxy, but with Green Lantern core. Like,
Okay.
I don't need to be on Earth. I would want to grow that, the lore, the Red Lanterns, or the Indigo, all of the different, spectrum of the the what is it, the emotional spectrum or whatever. I would want to venture out and sort of get a better handle on that, because that can also, all this world building away from Earth helps to set up like what goes on Earth with the heroes that are being born there and raised there and all that, and why Earth is so integral, or why is there a desire to always travel to Earth for some reason. So yeah, I mean, I would.
Yeah, I like that idea, starting the universe not even on Earth. Like, I love that. Green Lantern.
Green Lantern animated series did that great too.
Brian, what's your thoughts there? If we scrap all this and we're past all this drama with DC and they just start again and they start building where would you like to see them start?
I think it's too late to build a cinematic universe.
Never again.
Well, no. I don't think never again. It's like, I just think if they want to be successful, their model has been these standalone movies or like trilogies or whatever that are kind of separate from everything else, and they're in their own little world. I think even Marvel's having a hard time right now with the connected universe. So it's like,
well, keep in mind, in the comics, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Justice League in the comics was more popular than the Avengers. The Avengers only became more popular since the movies.
If we get a few Justice League movies that just aren't connected to anything, that would be fine. But what
just
I'm saying
do Justice League only. Don't do all this.
Don't mess around with everything else.
Just do Justice League. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the DC animated films do that. The Justice League's
it's-
already formed. They just deal with it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. But see, what I'm saying is it's like, I think in terms of the genre in general, I'm always the one saying that, they all have a shelf life, but like, I feel like this is like an 11th hour push if they were to try to reboot. It might be too little too late. That's all I'm saying.
We'll go to Rhea, and then I'm sorry, Anthony and CJ, we'll skip the Firewater next because I don't know how long Firewater could stay. But Rhea, what would you, if they had to just reboot everything, where would you start? Where would you?
Yeah, I like the idea of starting off with the Green Lantern series. And I really, really like Ryan's idea. I guess, like, not to like totally steal his suggestion, because I'm like, damn, that's a good idea. I'd throw $100 million at that. But I think, starting off planet makes a whole lot of sense. Just try to remove as many like preconceived notions about who these characters are and what actors you're used to seeing them as, and maybe start off with like a new Green Lantern. Jon Stewart, maybe. Yeah, that would be amazing to see in live action. For me personally, that would be super meaningful. And I would like for them, like, similar to what they're doing with like Black Adam. Like, who knows? Maybe Black Adam is like this, like, reboot-esque sort of, relaunching of how they want to, structure their universe. Obviously, like, the unofficial tagline is the hierarchy is about to change. So I feel like that's already something that they're thinking of using that film for. So yeah, if not Black Adam, then I would want like a Jon Stewart Green Lantern movie.
Oh wow, Mad Matt.
Mad Matt, what is up, dude?
Hey, you know what, Mad Matt? It's a good thing you're here. I talked to Zod today. We're thinking about doing a PlayStation Plus reunion show when you're available.
Oh my!
Just one show to get people back together, just to see. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. Hope you're
down.
doing well.
All right. Oh yeah. Trying to finish up school.
Oh, don't worry about that. Just no, definitely school.
School's
Definitely
for
school.
fools. that rhymed.
So Firewater, what's your thoughts on this? Like, DC, what do you think? Is there saving it at all, or if they reboot,
DC needs to find the Marvel equivalent of Iron Man, and then build it all over again? Like, maybe perhaps I think a Green Lantern would be Green Lantern. Not everyone knows Green Lantern. If you can make a really sick Green Lantern movie and then build it from there, I think they have a chance. But otherwise, man, I just feel like they get in their own way. They self-sabotage. I feel awful because I know there's a ton of DC fans out there, and they always look at Marvel, and I mean, you could like some of the content or not, but at least it's well refined and it flows. They don't have problems with their actors. They don't have problems with director. You know what I'm saying?
They really have bad luck with their talent.
Right, exactly. I mean, whether you like it or not is irrelevant. At least it gets put out within a reasonable schedule. So I feel bad because I think there is a market out there. It's just the executives I feel like are not that effective in their day-to-day operations. I just don't feel like it compared to Marvel. I just don't think they're effective. And I don't know. I heard they were splitting off Warner Media from AT&T. Is that correct? Zeverfet might know that.
It's now Warner Brothers Discovery. AT&T is still involved somehow.
Well, I thought they were going to make it a separate company with a separate like New York Stock Exchange like ticker and everything like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard anything about AT&T since the merger, as far as like what they're going to do with it,
right?
And how it's under the umbrella. I'm sure that was part of the deal when Discovery came over. I mean they bought it on the cheap, so
yeah, I don't know. Oh, I know. Full disclosure, I own about 100 shares of AT&T.
Only DC Studios. That's it. If they make one.
Yeah, I think they should honestly sell it off, but they never will. So right now, their jobs are to defend failure right now.
Well, they have a lot of profit margins in there for like Joker, and there's opportunities to make money. I kind of disagree selling it off. It's just you got to manage it right, and of course, Joker 2 is a huge green light with all that's probably one of the most profitable billion-dollar movies ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're in a not unique position, but they're in a very similar position as far as like when AT&T first bought them out. Discovery's in a position that's better in that a lot of these people, a lot of these executives have been let go, and that. For people like us, we talk about this, but when we were talking about this earlier, like people on the street don't really know the inner workings of Warner Brothers, or who Jason Kylar, David Zaslav. You tell them, you tell somebody on the street, hey, what do you think David Zaslav is going to do? They're like, who the fuck are you talking about? Is that the
who the fuck is David Zaslav?
Yeah, I know. It's like, is that the guy that mows the lawns? Or, no, nobody knows. Nobody knows who these people are. So. I mean, they're in a unique position to where they can really embrace this change or whatnot, and say, you know what, this is who we are going forward, and this is what we're going to represent as far as like building consumer confidence again. I spoke about this I think last week on a stream. I was like, that's one thing that Warner Brothers, DC Films, or whatever they don't have is they don't have consumer confidence at all. Nobody's like, oh yeah, DC, they got a solid product. The only solid product that they had was their animated universe. I mean, everybody that has watched Flashpoint to Apocalypse War is like, yo, that's a really tightly knit, cohesive.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it worked, and it's like, why can't they do that? And they're like, why can't they just do that in film? Why can't they do that in film? Well, the reason why is because animated universes like that, movies, theatrical, not theatrical, I'm saying non-theatrical, animated universes don't cost that much to make. So therefore, there's not that many people's hands in the cookie jar saying this needs to happen, that needs to happen. So they have a lot more control of the universe that they're cultivating, creating, versus a big budget film that could potentially bring them billions of, or $1 billion, if they play all their cards right. We have so many people in there saying, hey, no, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. This is how you get $1 billion. This is how you get $1 billion. Instead of let the creative be creative and create something that people can understand and get behind.
In other words, profit is a result of an effective product or effective behavior, not a reason to do something.
Yes.
I agree. I agree. Put the art out there. Do the best damn project. Put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. Forget about run times and extra movie theater. I mean, shit.
Back in the day, they had
cut it by 20 minutes so we can get an extra showing per day.
They had intermission. It wasn't about it wasn't about turnaround time and putting butts in seats and cutting movies down from 3 hours to 2 hours to increase the amount of ticket sales per day. It wasn't about that.
Well, theoretically increase.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
That is true. It's not guaranteed. Not guaranteed.
Yeah. Theoretically increase. We could get 33% more showings per day.
Well,
Potentially.
Anthony, CJH, and then RJ. Anthony, where would you start if you're just going to scrap the DCEU and start fresh? What characters would you start? Would you go with the typical Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman?
No, I'm sick. No more Superman, no more Wonder Woman, Batman. I'm sick of seeing them. Give me Green Lantern. Just give me.
Oh yeah, that's pretty consistent.
Green Lantern. Give me Hal Jordan with Jon Stewart. I want to see live action Hal Jordan. Sorry, Ryan Reynolds. WB, fuck you over. But things happen. I want to see them.
He had a great Wally West.
Maybe. Hey.
Back in the day when he was younger, when they should have
remember that rumor?
made him Wally West instead of Hal Jordan. I think
there was a rumor about that. He was going to play Wally or something. But, I mean, Green Lanterns and having him fighting Sinestro. Well, it depends on the villain though. Like it's just hard to do. And then you can introduce other characters later on in the universe, in the Green Lantern universe. And
Oh, and actually, I'm sorry, Mad Matt. We didn't get where would you start? And have you been taking care of your dad on Father's Day? You take care of Pops?
Because I was at work today too. So
oh,
we gotta join the last.
No, he took. We went out to eat.
I took him out to eat.
Yeah. I pulled out my wallet, but he was like, "No, I've got this." Yeah. Oh, well, see, what I did was I put my hand in my front pocket, but my wallet's in my back pocket.
That's some sleight of hand there.
Yeah. He was like, no, I got this. I was like, okay.
If you insist.
I tried to pay for my parents, and then my mom threw my credit card right back at me, and I was like, ow, that hurt.
You know what, Matt, I have to say you're a lucky dude. You got a cool dad there to be with you talking nerd stuff on the internet together. That's how I found your channel. I was like, wow,
he found us
these two are
arguing. Yeah. Well, he's always incorrect, but I'm here to steer him right.
Yeah, so that's awesome. But where would you start, Matt?
I mean, Green Lantern would be pretty cool. I mean, honestly, just like start with them, but already have like Superman and like the others established on Earth. Like they're already doing their own thing. Don't give me an origin story. Just have them there. Green Lantern goes to Earth, warns them that something big is coming. I mean, that would be cool. I mean, again, I wouldn't mind seeing Superman again. Batman is too saturated. That's been done too many times. Just have him there.
He just appears from the shadows.
That's what
I'm watching the whole time.
I mean, I'd say Flash. Start with Flashpoint, but I mean, then again, you have to do all that other stuff. That's not gonna. That just won't work out. So,
I honestly just want to see this Flash movie at this point. I'm like, we've been waiting till. Oh, you don't?
I don't. I'm caring less and less for it, man.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
CGH, where would you start? It's your question.
Superman, but
Superman?
Then I would take the idea, the whole, don't do a Batman movie, do a Batman show if they must, but
okay,
just have Batman there. He's always been there. Martian Manhunter, I want to see that. I want to see a proper Flash movie, and yeah. And then Justice League, I guess.
All right. RJ, are you there?
No, I'm not here at all now. No.
No, he left, but then he came back.
Yeah, I'm here. No, I was just gonna say to somebody to say hi. No, what I was gonna say is honestly the smartest thing for them to do, honestly, at this point with the DC brand, just speaking about the whole thing, not just the film division. I think you shutter the comic book division completely. You keep an editorial team in charge of licensing and content creation. You license out DC to an IDW or a Boom Studios. You kind of move away from self-publishing your own books. Then, in regards to the film side of things, I think the smartest thing to do would be to start with either a Green Lantern or a Superman movie to be the quote-unquote Iron Man, the self-contained movie that leads into other movies to start a brand new cinematic universe. I think Green Lantern probably would be the best choice right now because it's something we've had a long time since that god-awful Ryan Reynolds movie, which was supposed to kick off the cinematic universe.
Not his fault.
So second time's the charm. Hopefully, you start with that, and then after that point, you move on from there. And I would probably after a Green Lantern movie, I'd move into doing a Superman movie. I have them released back to back, Green Lantern and Superman. I'm connected some way.
All right. Saggy says hi. Saggy, if you're available, if you want to stop by, if not, that's okay. You might be busy. I have a question actually, since we got Firewater here and Mad and
You still got to answer a bunch of other questions. You want to ask more questions?
no, it's just a real quick one.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just
What's
messing.
fire? We'll start with Firewater.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on the news of Joker 2 potentially with Lady Gaga and it being a musical? Because I've heard a lot of my friends give some really harsh takes on this. I love the idea. Go ahead. Did you know that?
No, I did hear about that. And Lady Gaga being first of all, she's got a set of pipes and she can write too.
So does Joaquin. Walk the line.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. You get it. I would argue Lady Gaga's a better singer, but
yeah.
I'm gonna reserve judge. I'm gonna punt because I think if I take a look at what a normal musical would be and kind of put it with Joker, I would be no. But I think if they could if they can, find the small thermal exhaust port that's 2 meters wide and really hit it'll probably do more than Joker 1. And they have to I have a feeling it's like boom or bust, feast or famine. That's basically what it is for me, and it'll probably be famine, but I don't know. I believe it. I like Lady Gaga's acting. I thought, what was that movie she was in with Bradley Cooper?
Stars
Born. She was excellent in that.
The Hangover.
Nah, wrong one.
That doesn't exist.
She was excellent in that, and she could certainly sing. Joaquin has some vocal training. I don't know. I'm curious. I'll just say that.
But did you originally when you heard, did you just like, well, that's a good idea? You're like, oh, I don't know about that.
I was like, what the hell? I mean, basically, yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm willing to give it a chance, though.
All right. Ryan and Mad Matt, because I think I know everyone else on this. What did you think about the announcement of Joker 2, the musical with Lady Gaga?
I mean, we kind of knew Joker 2 was coming because they've been talking about it for a while, but the musical part, I'm not a fan of musicals. I can't watch. I mean, I know it's probably going to be a small part, but I hate musicals. After watching The Boys, I was like, why is this happening right now?
Oh, you didn't like that?
I did not like that.
Well, that was at the end, though.
Comico, mon cœur, mon cœur.
I'm just talking about that.
Comico.
Just that one part. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that. Apparently, every TV show does that, even Flash and Grey's Anatomy or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that stuff.
Oh wow!
Wow,
this is big.
Wow, you really got her typing.
Wow. I don't know. Hey, Saggy, we might do a PlayStation podcast reunion show, like when you when you graduate high school and get the bit, just a one-off. We're talking about it. We're talking about it. Jade says Joker 2 won't make any. I think it's going to surpass it, Jade.
I disagree. I don't think it's going to make a
The first Joker was an anomaly, though. You can't replicate that kind of success ever again. It was an anomaly.
And with the musical,
I agree with Firewater. It's either make it or it's going to bust.
It's feast or famine. It's either they're going to yellow and do 1.3 and it'll bring in 300 million on a 400 million.
See, Joker 2 sounds dumb.
That's it.
Listen, I'll fight this fight again. Remember Avatar 2? Oh, no one wants Avatar 2. People see the trailer. It looks pretty good.
I didn't even see the trailer.
Is Avatar 2 a musical?
No.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Not exactly comparing.
I would love it.
I know, right?
No, do not make an Avatar musical.
Avatar 3, the musical. Yes.
Top Gun Maverick,
no. Here's the
musical.
That's the thing.
They were doing Great Balls of Fire. It was really good.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it'll be Avatar 3: The Return of Jake Sully, the musical.
Oh my God, no.
All right. So we have some more questions here. What do you call Potion Sword Run? What do you call a lonely cow? Beef stroganoff.
Oh,
Nice one. Nice one, Potion Sword. I got to get Potion Sword Run on the show. H Barks. My question, Max, is: have you seen the new Jurassic World? It's really good. And actually, you know what? I don't talk.
I saw it yesterday.
I don't talk movie talk with my wife because she's like, you bring me down. I don't care what people say. I don't care what reviewers say. No, she doesn't want to know what people say about the movie. She's like, I was looking forward to it. I want to see it. So she wants to go see it. So we'll probably go see it. I actually was looking forward to it, and then everyone getting down on it, I was like, I'll wait. And then
it's not the worst movie.
She told me today I want to go see it. So we're probably going to go see it.
Like I said, it's not the worst movie I've ever
not the
seen.
worst movie you've ever seen. What about the worst Jurassic World movie?
Which is worst, Morbius or Jurassic World?
Morbius.
Still Morbius. But I will say this: I enjoyed this Jurassic World more than Fallen Kingdom. I think it's better than that. It's not saying a lot, but it is better than the last one. I will say though, I don't agree with the critics on this. The critics have been saying this is not a dinosaur film. I don't agree with that. There's dinos all over this movie. I'm not sure why they said this is more about bugs. I mean, bugs are a big central focus of like some of the plot to get it moving forward, but I mean, like, I didn't think it was like anything like too bad. I will say the most enjoyable part of this is the nostalgia. I mean, if you just go in expecting dumb fun and like nostalgia, you get a kick out of it. It's nice seeing the original trio interacting again in the movie. It's got some really dumb stuff though. I'm talking like some really, really dumb stuff. But I mean, like,
there's
no
escape,
dumber than the
so
Fast. I mean, like I said, if
no
you can tolerate like the
consequences
Fast
or
and Furious
stakes.
movies and they get dumb sometimes, I think you'll be okay. But I
Like
mean,
Justice
like
League?
this,
My apologies, everyone. I do have to run. Thank you for having me.
Oh well,
on,
thanks. We gotta do it again. Firewater.
Yeah. When I can, absolutely.
Yeah. Hope your family's doing well and
Thank you.
everything as well. Thanks for
you very
stopping by. Friend
Have
of
a
the
good one.
channel, Firewater.
Deuces, everyone.
Later.
See ya.
Callie.
Like I said, I thought I was gonna hate it. I didn't walk away hating it. It's okay at best. It's okay. I mean, if you got nothing else better to do, I mean, it's not a bad time to go sit in a movie and watch a dumb popcorn movie. You know?
Yeah.
So it's better than Venom too. No, I'm playing.
Mad, I heard you went to see Morbius in the theater, didn't you?
No, I didn't go to the theater.
I thought
on
your
my
dad was saying he went to see it or something. Maybe it's a different movie.
No. I didn't go to the theater to see it. I watched it when it came out at the house. So I didn't pay any money to watch it. So I was like, okay, cool. I didn't feel like, wasted my time. It wasn't horrible. I didn't think Morbius was horrible. It was it was completely predictable throughout the whole movie. I was like, oh, okay, so I can see where this is going. I see what this is. Okay, got it. It did. Okay, was this a movie that needed to be made? No. But it did get made. It's better than Crawl.
No, Crawl's better than Morbius.
But I mean, it was sort of the same as like Venom, as far as like just like story beats.
The second one or the first one?
First one. The second one was didn't know what it was. The second one was just confused. As far as like there wasn't really that much of a story, and it was rushed, and it was it was disjointed.
Chopping up stuff.
I think that they tried to throw too many things at the wall, and not it didn't really stick to make it make sense. But Morbius wasn't a horrible film, but it wasn't good either. I mean, if this is the Sony universe, I'm not.
This is what's the main topic. I'm like, wow, I thought WB was like, what the hell is going on?
So this Spiderverse reminds me, unfortunately, of the Universal Pictures Dark Universe.
Yeah,
it is a clone. That's what it is
for the Mummy.
Except that they actually made more Dark Universe movies outside of just the first one.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's like they couldn't even get the first movie off the ground without it sputtering out of control. Now, like they're 3 movies in, and now it's sputtering.
Wasn't the Dracula movie supposed to be the original?
That was
Dark
supposed to be a
universe?
part of it. But I did like the Dracula Untold. Yeah, I did like that movie. I still like that movie. Is it the greatest Dracula movie I've ever seen? No, but I liked it. I even like some of the Dracula aspects of the Van Helsing. Yeah, Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman.
All right. Well, we got to get to the other questions here. So thanks, H Parts. I think I will see it, and I'm glad you say it's really good. I like hearing people enjoy stuff. RJ says favorite movie of 2022 thus far.
That's a very good question.
Because we are halfway through the year.
I got mines. Yeah,
sorry, what's
Top
that?
Gun.
The favorite 2022 movie so far.
Oh shit. I haven't watched Top Gun yet. All the ones I've watched this year have been damn comic book movies. So
Brian's been struggling with comic book content.
I watched No Time to Die this year. That movie was okay, I guess.
I still have to watch it. I got a digital copy from my mother. I didn't pay for
That
it.
doesn't count. It has to be movies released this year, though. It's got to be something this year.
I don't have one. I didn't. Batman's awful. I can go on. Like I said, all I watched was damn comic book movies this year. That's all that's really come out, and that's all we really talk about. So that's the only thing I've really watched in movies.
Well, you were not ready for the assignment. Top Gun Maverick, baby, go watch it.
Well, going to the theaters is kind of an expenditure.
I get that for
Yeah,
sure.
sure. Yeah.
Times are tough with inflation, gas prices. It's big.
Bro,
expense for a lot of
$6 a gallon, dude, and I live 15 miles from town.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The theater's like 20 miles away. I'm not going to the theater. Sorry. Unless it's something really good.
Well, we'll go to Ryan and Mad,
Thor 4.
Ryan and Matt next. Then, what's your favorite movie of 2022 so far?
Well, yeah, Top Gun Maverick. That was a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Cool.
I agree. I think Top Gun Maverick so far has been the most enjoyable film.
Well, thanks, CJH. Had to go. Was pretty tired. Thank you, CJH.
Good questions.
Yeah. Great questions. So Top Gun Maverick, that really gets me excited. I do want to see it. My dad did say he wanted to see it, but I have to
hurry up and
again, it feels like the director really wanted to make the
his
film.
health is so bad that he shouldn't be with the public. So he's like, I'd like to see Maverick, but I can't wait to watch it with him at home.
Yeah.
Okay, so Top Gun Maverick. Rhea, what's your favorite movie of 2022 so far?
I have 3, and surprisingly, they're not comic book movies.
Right? Great.
Yeah, so...
Sorry, I don't have much range, okay?
Oh, no, you're right.
Ryan.
It's expensive to go out to the theater, for sure. So my top 3, so number 1, for sure, it's Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I still really want to see that, yeah.
Number 2 is The Northman. Really enjoyed that.
I haven't seen that.
And number 3 is X from A24, the horror movie.
Cool. I got to see more movies. I want to see Maverick. I want to see The Northman. I want to see Everything All at Once, and I also want to see that Nicolas Cage movie you recommend, the other stream, Rhea.
It's already on.
So Jade says only been in cinemas twice this year. So the Batman was the Batman this year.
Was that this year?
Yeah, it was March. It was March.
Yeah.
I have to say
Batman and Sonic 2. I really enjoyed Sonic 2. I really enjoyed the Batman.
Sonic 2.
I'm trying to think.
Sonic
I think
2
I like
was
Doctor Strange more than the Batman.
Yeah, they already teased Shadow. I'm ready.
For me, I've really only seen a few in theaters so far this year. I think the Batman and
soon to be Jurassic World.
Doctor Strange. Let's
So
talk
those
about
two?
movies. Haven't seen it. Thanks to God.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's have a nice movie chat. Oh, I haven't seen these movies.
Yeah. Oh,
RJ, what's your favorite?
I have to get out sometime. I have to check that.
You're gonna make me answer my own question. I asked the question.
Yes. I know you've
Yeah.
seen a lot of movies out of all of us too. You pretty frequent the theater, so
I do.
I mean, we know
It's the benefit of
Jurassic Park is number what?
No. It's the benefit of an AMCA list to get.
Come on, it's Top Gun, right?
It's neck and neck for me. I'm just gonna say my top 2. It's really interchangeable. I really have to think about it. Everything Everywhere All at Once and Top Gun Maverick. Those 2 are like neck and neck for me. They change constantly every other day. Can't really pick between those 2 right now, but those are like the top 2 for sure.
Wow. That Top Gun Maverick, it's I haven't heard a bad thing about it from anybody.
No, it's an extraordinary movie.
Yeah, it's
Anybody.
really good, really good.
Any movie fan. So that really, I don't know, Brian.
I mean, from start to
Top Gun
finish,
Maverick?
man,
When we get
it's
some
a
chance, you know.
it's a good, really well crafted.
It
made
keeps up
movie.
with the beats from the first one, and it's like its own original.
You don't
thing.
even
It's
have
really
to see the first one to like this one, though.
No.
It helps, but you don't need to.
It does help. It gives you context.
Well, I really liked the Batman when I saw it, but then I tried to rewatch and I just didn't. And I never went back.
I
It
don't
is.
know about that
It's
watcher.
it's a boring rewatch. I mean,
it's mid.
It's really not that good of a movie.
I freaking own it. You know, it's a good movie, but just really not.
I don't know. I'd have to forget.
Kind of
about
boring.
It, forget how it goes. Like the clues.
It's gonna be signed by Matt Reeves.
I mean, I even got the damn.
It's gotta be signed.
Batman. Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah, these both have to be signed by Matt.
For me, I would say Top Gun, everything, and Doctor Strange. That's my top three. That's it.
Okay, cool. Multiverse of movies. Who is your favorite Team MME member? I can't answer that. I can't answer that. I'm sorry.
Brian, answer that question.
I can answer
No.
this question easily. My favorite Team MME member is me.
Oh God.
I'm kidding, of course.
Cancel yourself automatically.
But that makes sense because it's MME. Me.
Yeah, it's all about me.
Yeah, me. It's very. Yeah.
No, I love
always about
all,
me.
I love all Team MME, but me and Brian are like brothers. Me and RJ are like brothers too. But you know,
we roll deep, man. We got
and we've disagreed. This is there's I
I'm the
always
only one that's disagreed with Max and stuck around. You realize that?
That's how
I
you
disagree
really know
with Max
friends-
all the damn time. What are you
Yeah,
talking about? He always has bad taste.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking about like major disagreements. Like,
I yelled at
No,
Max and called
we
him the
butt
P
heads.
word,
Me
dude.
and
We're
Brian
still
butt
friends.
heads a lot with opinions, but we're like brothers and friends. And there's nothing there's nothing greater than someone you really disagree with, but you're still friends. It's just that we have that relationship, me and Brian.
yeah, and
Like
not only that,
he even said one of the streams yesterday. He's like, "Oh, you're whining," just like they.
Oh,
say. I love that. I
dude,
love reading
I
Brian's
could.
comments.
Oh God, I was laughing my ass off. Okay, guys.
Yeah, he's
you
like,
sounded-
"Oh, you're
You
whining."
guys sounded so salty though. It's like,
Oh,
Okay.
is this the Ezra Miller stream?
How come
No.
we don't have our own panel at a convention?
No, I didn't say that. I
I'm
didn't say
like,
that.
oh, look, dude, you realize how that came across? Jeremy's sitting there laughing at your ass, like, dude. What
Oh
the fuck?
boy, you see.
I'm so sorry. but
Wow.
come
Yeah,
on.
they're very salty about that one.
Y'all should no. They were.
I should have
Max-
drove to Dallas.
Max
just to
was
piss them off
salty
even
about
more.
I wasn't. I'm no. I. You know.
Well, salty about what?
This is a. Never mind.
Moving on.
All right.
Moving on. Move on.
Sorry, I love you
think I
guys.
gave it away.
I kid because I care.
Yeah. Oh, Isaac wants us to know.
Did you know CHH has a website?
I
Yes.
did not know that.
Get the front door.
Worst movie.
Worst movie. Okay.
Morbius.
Well, no. Let's go to Brian first. Brian
The
first.
worst movie of the year.
The Batman. Thank you.
That's far.
Damn.
It was that bad. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear it. Couldn't see it. It was awful.
Well, then you didn't watch it.
My fault. No.
Spiderhead. You say it's good, Degrassi? Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. If is that on Netflix? I did an article on it the other day. Okay. So the Batman, Rhea. Is there a movie that you thought was the worst?
Can you circle back to me? I'm gonna try and remember what I watched this year.
Okay, Ryan and Matt. Is there a movie you thought was the
Yeah,
worst?
sure. Yes, let's just look at that for a minute. Worst movies of 2022 that we've watched, or just that we knew
That you've watched.
That you
Yeah.
watched.
because there's
Well, this will be harder for Ryan because he stopped taking my recommendations after Crawl, so he won't listen to me for. He's like he actually is like I don't think I'm.
All right,
watch
I'm going to
the
click the arrow. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I haven't seen Uncharted.
I do want to see Uncharted. I do.
I
want to
haven't seen LaGrange. Dog, haven't seen that. Moonfall, haven't seen that, but it's probably bad. What have I seen that sucked?
You don't see bad movies. You don't see bad movies.
I don't see bad movies. I mean, if I'm
unless
not
I
interested,
recommend, you listen to me.
Adam Project wasn't horrible. That did come out this year.
I was kind of let down by Adam Project.
It was all right. It was all right. Yeah, Chip and Dale was.
Chippendale was good. I like that one. I forgot about that. Movie.
I didn't see the Harry Potter thing. Sonic was good. Robin Hood, I didn't see that shit. Moonfall is probably the worst, but I haven't seen it. I'm just taking a gander, a guess. At worst movies, that's a very interesting question.
Yeah, RJ.
Yeah,
what was
I
your worst
haven't.
movie?
I haven't seen anything this year that's been bad.
Well, was Morbius this year?
Yeah,
Morbius was this year, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it was more of a 3 out of 5. No, 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5.
Even if like removing the word worst from it, we can just say your least favorite movie of the year. Even if it's like not necessarily like horrible, it's just your least favorite movie of the year.
Who?
There's a bot in the chat.
Oh yeah. Hey, let's take care of the bots.
Damn it, Isaac.
Okay. This counts. Catwoman Hunted.
Oh, did you watch that?
I didn't like it.
Okay.
I did not like that. The animation was okay, but
I hope I like Uncharted. It looks kind of fun.
It was okay. I give it a 6 out of 10.
I'm a big Uncharted fan, and I actually I thought the movie was gonna suck. I actually liked Uncharted. It's not great, but it was fun.
Oh.
It was good. It was okay. It could have been a lot better, but it was okay.
I think for me, the worst movie I saw this year, it was a Netflix, Tyler Perry Medea's Homecoming. So I grew up watching the Medea movies in my household and like the stage plays.
I had no clue a new Medea movie even came out this year.
Yeah.
What?
And I watched it too. I just wanted to get some nostalgia because, like I said, I grew up watching his films and stuff. But yeah, they just have like dropped severely in quality. It's like it's so embarrassing. I felt I was furious watching it at a point. So I would say that's my worst one. Medea's Homecoming.
Okay. RJ, did you say Morbius? Pick a second one.
No, I wasn't gonna pick Morbius. I was gonna either pick I think I'm gonna go with Moonfall. I think Moonfall is just that bad.
I figured that would suck.
It's really bad. It's really bad. So I'm gonna go Moonfall, worst movie of the year this far.
All right. Anthony,
all the questions.
I'll say Morbius is the most garbage movie I ever watched this year. behind Moonfall.
Behind Moonfall. Okay, let me refresh this just to make sure no one else. I think we got through. See, the members' mailbag is popping. People like it.
That's it.
Why is it the C? Okay, CGH. All right. Well, thank you, members. Talking about the work. No, I like Geekosity.
Who said that? Who said that?
Who?
Is that a glitch?
This because I jumped.
Oh no, Matrix was last year.
No, just because. Oh yeah, Matrix. Oh, I really was disappointed. I was really looking forward to it.
It had so much potential when they were talking about like the video game world and all that stuff, and then they just threw it away and they were like, "Hey, let's just rehash what we've done."
That makes fun of Warner Brothers.
After watching,
yeah, but that doesn't make it a good
Morbius, and then getting this article written by Mikey. Venom 3 will be. I'm like, what the hell is going on? This infuriates me even more so than the DC situation. Like, why did they build up Venom and Hardy just as have him be its own trilogy and never build up the Spider-Man? And I just don't get this. I'm so like, what the hell is going? Can you explain this to me, RJ?
Well, Tom Hardy on Instagram, you posted a photo of the script that they're working on, and the caption was "My Last Dance."
Michael Jordan?
You put like a little sticker on it that said "My Last Dance" with the character, basically.
Why? What was the whole point of this?
Because, dude, you get a trilogy and you made it. You get a trilogy with the
but why do we? If you've told me that you were going, Venom 3 will be Tom Hardy's last. Or is that just a a way to get a better payout or something? Like I don't.
No,
get
I think at this point
legit.
they'll be done with Venom standalone movies, but Venom will appear in other people's movies. I think is the intention.
Could be.
That's probably what they're
you,
planning.
You think, or does he just mean this is it? He's not going to be Venom anymore. Like, well, if you told me you were going to start a standalone Venom movie, which they did, I'd be like, okay. But if you said we're going to make Venom movies and it's never going to interact with Spider-Man, I'm like, what the point?
It didn't. He was in what? No Way Home.
I mean, you got the symbiote in No Way Home now.
There you
That
go.
doesn't count.
That counts. That counts.
No,
I don't know. Brian, did you watch both Venom movies?
I didn't watch the second one yet.
Okay. I mean, knowing that this leads to nowhere, like, what's the point?
I don't care. That's why I feel about the DC movies. They lead to nowhere. So it's like, what do I give a shit? Like
well, you never know though. Maybe
now they did Morbius. And now they're doing Madam Web, and then
don't forget the greatest Marvel character of all time with a pristine history and legacy that everyone knows and respects.
El Muerto.
Oh, you're talking about.
Okay, so I have another question.
I thought you were talking about Miss Marvel. Okay.
I have another question, and we'll start with Brian. Now that we know that this may be the last for Venom, I mean, maybe he'll be in other movies or not, and the slate of Madam Web, Morbius, and this wrestler. Which is worse, WB plan or the Sony live action Spider-Man?
I mean, at least Sony can kind of almost sort of tie their prestige to the MCU. The DCU can't even do that.
No,
they tried their best to tie it to CW.
Well, hold on, Brian. What's more exciting?
I think this is worse.
Real quick though, let me just phrase like this: what's more exciting? A Dwayne Johnson-led Black movie that introduces a whole bunch of new characters and mythical DC legends.
That's more exciting.
Or a movie with a wrestler that only ever had one comic book.
I don't care about that other one. I'm
just saying, let's perspective.
Honestly, I mean, my personal opinion, I'm kind of just burnt, but like I'd probably go for Black Adam.
Yeah, that's more exciting. At least there's a chance.
Well, I enjoyed Shazam. So
this is a cul-de-sac. This is a cul-de-sac.
Of course it is. Yes.
I don't want to be negative. I want to be positive.
We're talking about Sony. Sony's trash.
I mean, are they playing chess and I just don't see it and I don't see where they're going? Like, I don't.
Well, you just need to wait for the next Mikey Sutton.
I mean, okay. Maybe.
You got to say, get him on the horn.
I don't
look. Even Andrew Garfield turning out. He's like, no, I don't want to do this universe.
Future yesterday because of
blame him.
But then I looked at this after watching Morbius and I'm like, okay, I don't understand and I don't think there is a road to anywhere. Ryan, Mad Matt, what do you think? What's more frustrating? I don't want to be super negative, but what's more frustrating? Where DC is going or where this is going?
Hey man, at least they got a map. They're committed to.
They do have a map. Yes,
Sony does, or
Sony's got. They got a map. It leads to nowhere, but it's still a map nonetheless.
I don't know. I don't see a map. I don't see it.
Look, even a cat chasing his tail. That's the map.
I don't see a map.
But with DC is that they don't know where they're going and they're running in the dark. And so we've got Blue Beetle coming out, which doesn't probably connect to anything, but it looks good. So
that looks cool. Yeah.
And I love Blue Beetle. I think
they have
amazing
Aquaman
character.
2. They have Wonder
They have
Woman
Aquaman 2 that is going to lead to Aquaman 3. And then and that's all that leads to. And you got Shazam. Shazam leads to Shazam 3. And then you've got Black Adam, which probably leads to Black Adam 2. So, I mean, they lead to their own things. And if they're smart in all the mess that they've come up with, don't try to connect it. Just do your shit. Do it and let it be. Let it get it over with. And then in 10 years, get some 30-year-old, 29, 30-year-old actors and let's go.
Here's an interesting thought, though, right? Let's assume that Aquaman 2 and Aquaman 2 is a big hit, right? You'd have to assume at that point that they're going to make Aquaman 3 and Wonder Woman 3, right? That's supposedly happening too. What happens when they finish those trilogies? How much longer are Jason and Gal going to stay in the role?
Congratulations.
That's it. They get their diploma. Yes, and signed, sealed, delivered. They're done. Then they can move on. They can go make as many.
What's I'm asking? Are they
red-
gonna like just do like? Are they gonna stay for the team up movies? Or are they done? Are they gonna
I
be
don't
done
think they're
now?
gonna do. To be honest with you, if I just from today forward, I don't know about team up movies anymore at all. The only team up movie that you'll ever see maybe would be the Black Adam Shazam shit. That's gotta.
So
they
no
got.
Justice League or-
That's
so
more.
no
That's more
Justice League?
of they're going to meet. Than Venom and
Well,
Spider-Man.
I just can't imagine that they don't ever try and do a Justice League movie.
I mean, is
again.
this?
I never said they don't ever, but they're not going to with these people.
Is
with
this still a
these
good idea? Craven the Hunter. I like this actor.
It's being filmed whether you like it or not.
It's
being
already
filmed.
finished. It's already finished. That's already finished. Craven
Madam
is done.
Web. I don't.
That's shooting next week or next
Shooting
month.
pretty soon, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
good
who's this?
God.
What's that?
That's funny.
What kind of
That's-
glasses are those? Prescription?
Well, that's a style.
That's the
a
rapper
style.
Bad Bunny.
I don't want to.
I didn't want to say it's a good bunny.
Okay. This one I'm hyped for. Yeah, Spider-Man Beyond the
I
Spider-Verse.
mean, yeah, but animated is so much easier to get right.
Venom 3. Spider-Women? Are they still doing that? I don't know.
It's animated.
Is this still happening?
She's
The
doing
rumors that the
Spider-Woman.
Olivia Wilde project is the Spider-Woman
It's supposed to be
movie
called
for
Wild
Marvel
America.
Studios.
Isn't that one
Sinister
supposed to be?
Six?
Isn't that Spider-Woman?
This is
supposed
stuff
to be
that's been
connected with
rumored
Marvel?
that's throwing in the air. Just look at the article.
Sinister Six. Are we still on Geekosity?
No.
I mean, if you look at the post-credit scene from Morbius, it's like they're building up a team. So
Morbius. The worst part of Morbius was the two disjointed end credit scenes.
Oh, there were two?
I was
I
like,
only
what
watched
the
the
fuck?
one. I only watched the one.
Oh,
They had
Max,
one-
how do you not watch both of them?
Oh my
I
God.
thought that was it.
I know there's
It was
always
the-
two, Max.
It was
You
the
know there's always
stupidest
two.
shit. It was worse than the Venom sequence at the end of No Way Home. I was like, what the fudge are these people doing? This is dumb.
Okay. Well, Rhea, I mean, I know you like to be positive towards.
Oh yeah, I
Spider-Man
mean,
too,
this is amazing.
But no, I was going to ask Rhea, what's more frustrating, where DC's going, where Sony's going? I'm more frustrated with Sony right now, actually, after looking at that.
Oh, I think it's more frustrating with DC. At least, like with Sony, there is some remnants of what appears to be a plan in place,
Yeah,
and they
okay.
have stuff in the they have stuff in post, and like they have stuff in production. We have an idea of what we're getting. We have no real idea of what we're getting as far as like live action content from DC. So that is personally for me disappointing, or more disappointing.
It's frustrating.
Okay. All right. RJ?
They both suck.
Well, you have to pick one. You have to pick one.
They both suck. I mean, what would you like me to say?
What's
I'm
more
here-
I mean, I do. That
There's
whole
this
Black
coming from
Adam-
a guy who likes Jurassic World 3.
I'm unsold on the Black Adam trailer, but the having Hawkman, Black
Here's
Adam,
the difference, though, right? Here's the thing.
Dr.
Sony
Fate.
has a plan. The plan just sucks, and they're making.
I don't
movies
think they
that
have a
no one really
plan.
cares
I-
about.
No,
I
they
don't
have a plan.
see it.
I swear
They have a plan. It's just to make movies. That's it. They're just making movies that are like adjacently connected to Spider-Man in some form or fashion. DC has no plan, right? And there's no forward trajectory. At least at Sony, there's like the promise of a forward trajectory. They both suck in major ways for different reasons, though. So it's like either you take the dog crap or you take the dog crap with sprinkles on it. It's still dog crap at the end of the day, you know?
Wow, come on.
I'm just
Well,
saying,
then you
like,
gotta go with sprinkles because just normal dog crap is that's
Oh
not
boy.
Well, you tasting dog crap? Damn. Okay.
Oh wait, come on. You
You've
just
been
made
tasting
it
it
worse.
for
Anthony.
years.
You just made it worse.
Wow.
somebody just watched Pink Flamingos. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I would go
It's a
with
good movie. Yeah, I got the reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking an American independent film course in college right now for my summer classes. So it's just a random. I was just watching that movie today for that class actually, so it's kind of interesting.
Okay. Well, did you pick?
No, I don't want to.
Thanks for playing, Anthony.
Both universe suck asses. That's it.
You can't pick either. Oh wow! All right.
Again, you're asking to pick between two extremely bad options. There's no winning here. There's no.
I mean, I think there's an opportunity with Black Adam
one guy that
and
likes Jurassic
Shazam
World and the
too.
You
other guy
mean
that
Black
likes
Adam, the
Morbius.
guy who played the same character every movie? Whatever.
Even
I
the
don't know. I
Flash.
think he's gonna
people
try,
say-
Anthony. I think
There's
I think
people that
Sony's
see
trying.
besides the separating the bad press with Ezra. People have been saying from test screenings that the Flash is actually enjoyable.
Yeah, but press screening, feedback has also been negative too. It
Yeah.
just depends on who you listen
They
to.
say the same thing about Justice League. Look how that movie turned out.
Oh, they said the same thing about freaking your favorite movie, the last Jedi. That it was tested well, and everybody they're giving it a trilogy, and then it came out and it just destroyed
I have
cinema.
This next topic. What happened with BBS? This next topic is how many you got rid of your Back to the Future VHS tapes, because it sells for a massive amount of money on auction.
That's why you keep your physical media, folks.
My mother-in-law just got rid of a great collection of VHS tapes, and I said, "Hold on, I'll help you sell them," and she just gave them the goodwill. I'm
$75,000 for a sealed VHS tape of Back to the Future.
Wow.
I mean,
Sealed,
these are the next comic
remember
books.
though, it's sealed.
Yeah,
It's
these
sealed.
are the next comic books.
Sure.
The original comic books.
But you know what they want though, right? They want it sealed. So if it's open,
Yeah.
it loses value.
Yeah. Still. So how many of you sold your VHS of this? Did you used to have it?
Does anybody own like laser discs?
I would like to.
Laser
I always
discs,
wanted
I feel like
to
will be even more rare for like auctions and stuff than VHS.
Laserdisc, beta, cassettes, and players. Those, I mean, all that stuff is way more rare and hard to find than VHS. There's a lot of people that still have their Disney VHS, and those big white, disgusting, plastic.
Well, if they look still white, they might be worth.
It's like you could put food in there, and they'd probably last for years when you finally get that seal.
Didn't those big plastic cases make you feel good as a kid though? It's like something special. It made it real special. Those big plastic white cases.
Yeah, it just made it easier to find because everything else was like smaller, but the Disney ones were like huge. Yeah,
Well,
they were huge.
Disney was very weird about doing home releases until then.
Well, then they did the whole vault thing. It's like we can put them back up.
And
We don't have
now,
to make
the
anything.
vault is Disney Plus. Now the stuff's not getting physical
That's
release.
it. It is. They have
Yeah.
a virtual vault.
Yes. Where was I going to go next here? I had. Oh, RJ, if you can explain this article, because I don't know what this is talking about, because I was so upset about what's going on with Venom 3.
Why are you so negative?
No, because after I watched Morbius, I'm like, where is this going? I'm so frustrated. But how is this? There's connection.
It's the sword that Gore the God Butcher wields is connected to the planet of symbiotes and the King in Black.
Okay.
So I don't think it's going to be that
Necro
way in the MCU, but it is the Necro sword that it's connected to the God of symbiotes. Yeah, this is stuff from the comics.
I mean, if Marvel owns the rights to the symbiotes, that would have been good to see.
I mean, there is that black goo energy that you see in the trailer, although I don't think it's going to be symbiotes. If it is, that'd be amazing. That'd be an amazing
like
reveal. I just
Sony.
don't think it will be.
Look like Sony, but Sony's
Yeah, but would Sony play ball though and let them introduce symbiotes into Thor movie though, into the proper MCU like that?
Hey, if they get,
I mean, money talks, man.
If they get 10% of the box office, yeah.
Raised by Wolves reminded Ridley Scott why he's not a writer. I like the premise.
That's a very
of
negative headline.
I know. I'm sorry I didn't finish it. And I'm sorry that I just can't stand projects not getting a completion. I know it had a season 2.
Aslav is very cheap.
Did anyone finish? Did anyone watch season 1, season 2?
No.
It was cool. It was interesting. My wife lost interest, and I never got back to it. That's what happens with me sometimes because we like to watch things together. And I was always getting planning to go back to it. And it's like too late. You just because it's on streaming, you can't take for granted. You have to watch this stuff or it gets canceled. Like you can't just like, oh, get to it eventually. No. See, Shifty Gibbs, it's amazing, but it's not going to have a completion now.
Well, I mean, Aslav, he's very cheap, and that's the reason why he cut it. So
amazing. He says amazing sci-fi. It's just like Ridley Scott Prometheus. I really like Prometheus. Whenever we might not ever get a completion of that part 2. They had the what was the next movie?
How excited are you for Prey?
I'm really excited.
Prey, is it going to be a musical?
No. No, what did you? Okay, since you asked that, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
I'm interested.
I like Dan Trachtenberg too.
I'm interested. We actually played an Alien game the other night.
Yeah, but that's not.
I don't care.
Predator.
It's still the same because I like that whole universe. You know, I'm interested in it. I would, if there is a version where they don't speak modern English, I'd be like, okay, I'm down. Because for the characters, you know, in the trailer to just, you know, to have the vernacular that we have, it just
They do. I can confirm.
If they do, I'd prefer to
they
read.
They have
Yeah.
a Native American speaking version.
Oh, good. You know.
Yes. I'm pretty
how do
sure.
you-
Is
how do
that
you
right,
say
RJ?
bite my crank
Didn't
and
they say
Seminole?
that? Didn't they say about Prey? Is there going to be a Native American speaking version?
Yeah, you'll be able to watch it in the Navajo
Then-
language. Yes.
Yeah, then I'd rather see it, kind of like Apocalypto.
With subtitles.
You know,
yeah,
I'd rather-
they filmed it twice. They filmed it with English and then they
That's
filmed it
great.
with the Navajo
Yeah.
language. Yeah.
So like, yeah, I mean, because it's like, hey, yo, we gotta get out of here, you know.
Whoa.
Hey, yo, that alien.
The whole idea of a sequel is sometimes you should make it more, especially this type of project, you should make it more intense and dramatic. And what's a better way is to remove.
Yeah,
I
would love to see. I would love to see the Predator actually win.
Yes.
And like get a, you know, like, okay, the hunt was good. Okay, we're going back and we'll tell the
That
other
would be
predators
cool,
whatever of our
but I doubt
spoils.
that will happen. I doubt that
No,
will
the humans always win. It's like, oh, we always got to be the best. I'm like, no, dude, let the aliens win.
No, it looks weak as a species. It just looks.
Well,
weak.
it's like they're
when I
predators.
wonder, though, if you guys remember Predator 2, remember when the guy found like the flintlock pistol and it was dated in like the 1700s? I think it's the same year as when Prey takes place. So I think they're gonna explain how the Predator got that flintlock pistol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, connective tissue is awesome. You know, that's always great. I would, you know, like again, I would love to see like the Indians or the Native Americans that are going up against the Predator, like put up a good fight, but at the end of the day, he gets his spoils. He takes his his the skull and the backbone, and he goes and we'll see him in the next, you know, Prey or whatever, the next series, come back, you know, and then maybe that one the humans kind of
sorry,
win or put
real
up
quick, just to correct, it's the Comanche language, not the Navajo language. Comanche, yeah, it's Comanche.
Okay.
I mixed up the tribes. It was Comanche.
Brian,
not
are you
Navajo.
still there? Did you watch the Prey trailer? That's not capes.
I think some predators wear capes.
Brian. All right. Well, Ray, what's your thought? Did you see the Prey trailer?
Yeah, I have never seen any of the Predator movies, unfortunately.
You like X?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
You said that, one of your favorite movies was X, which was a horror movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I mean, come on, you gotta see Predator. You gotta see that's got to be on your list. At least
I know I'm slacking.
Well,
I love Aliens though. Aliens,
Yeah.
I can get down with all day.
Well, I
But,
actually think now that someone that hasn't seen it, this would be a good start, or should you go back and watch the original Predator? I would just say start with this one.
Sure, I would.
Sure, you can do that. You can do that.
Did
but
you like
okay,
the,
okay. A better question: Would you have her after watching Prey? Would you have her watch Predators or Predator?
The first Predator with Arnold.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, because I mean, it's basically the same.
You got to start at the beginning. You got to start where it all began.
Well, RJ, what do you? But if she hasn't seen any, why don't you just say start with this one? It's like it's supposed to be sort of a prequel anyway.
No, I mean, I think you would appreciate Prey more if you saw the original. If that makes sense. I don't know.
I think it's intriguing to go in fresh.
I would actually agree with you on that. I would say don't taint yourself with watching Predator until after you've seen Prey. But yeah, so if you've seen the trailer, what were your thoughts on that?
I have like this idea of the first Predator movie just because of pop culture, you know. references to it. Yeah, spoilers. I didn't get any of those vibes from the Prey trailer. So that's why I was thinking like, well, like if I just jump in and watch Prey, it won't impact me watching Predator like in the future, I guess. I don't know. It won't like make my judgment of it any different because they feel like two different products.
Okay. This is one of my most anticipated this year is because I'm a huge Dan Trachtenberg fan. He was a movie reviewer before he's one that was a critic first and went into the industry. He actually stopped the show because he's like, it's getting more difficult if I want to get projects in the future, and I'm doing this for a living to criticize my peers so hard, because he also took it very seriously. Movie reviews, the Totally Rad Show. Campia loves to say he was the first. He wasn't.
How serious?
The Totally Rad Show. I used to love that show, and he did Cloverfield Lane. He did the pilot for The Boys. Dan Trachtenberg. I'm rooting for this guy because I'm a longtime fan. Before I watched the John Campia show, I watched the Totally Rad Show, and they love the Avatar.
Nice.
I'm looking for it for multiple reasons. I love the Predator series. Can't wait for this. And it's a different take on it. And I love the premise of making it more interesting. This goes way up there from the last few Predator movies. Even though I liked, what's the one before the last one? Rodriguez did Predators.
He did Predator. Well, no, he didn't. He produced it. He didn't film it.
Oh, okay. But I really like that one. And then this
2018
after that
Predator
was
is not
I didn't
good.
like.
So, yeah, 2018
But this,
Well,
this
it's the
is more
same. It's the
intriguing.
same setup, same movie. They did the same story beats as Predator 1. That's why with
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger. That's why you like it so much, because it was the same. They had the same character types, and so it was, but it didn't take place on Earth. It took place on their planet or a different planet,
Which was a really cool idea in space.
Which was an
Same
interesting
movie. It's just
it was
that
an
it was the
yeah.
location that made the movie interesting.
Yeah. But the only thing that sucked about it at the end was you got the Predators and then you got this bigger Predator. And then when they did the other Predator movie, the one that didn't do so well.
Yeah, the one that Shane Black directed, yeah.
Yeah, and that was an even larger Predator. I was like, can we just stick with one Predator and like really work that one out? Like we're
yeah,
good
they
on
don't know how to
humans.
like escalate the level of threat. They don't know.
Yeah,
how to do
yeah.
that.
It's like,
well, just make them bigger and stronger.
Make the level of threat like this is a different like class of Predator. Like they all have their own
different
unique
weaponry
looks.
or something.
Yeah. Like this one is far more advanced, not bigger, but just more advanced in how they kill.
Yeah.
Or how they hunt.
That's the other thing. I always said I did a special episode of MME back before this was announced, and I said need boot instead of reboot. Need boot. Like we always get reboots of things that are well received. What about a reboot of something that flopped or wasn't well received? And I love the premise of Waterworld.
I mean,
he's also
just
bringing
because he
back
had
Waterworld.
gills behind the back of his ears.
No, I like the whole. I actually enjoy the movie. I do.
What was funny was that Waterworld came out around the same time as The Postman, and they were very similar in tone.
I still didn't see The Postman.
You haven't seen The Postman?
No.
I actually think The Postman is a better made movie than Waterworld.
Mm-hmm.
I think Waterworld is okay for like a Mad Max-esque.
Yes, that's why I like it. Yeah, Mad Max-esque on water. Yes.
But also The Postman is very, if you like The Walking Dead, it's like that, but without zombies. It's sort of a post-apocalyptic,
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I do want to watch it. But he's also prepping Waterworld. Thank you, Degrassi. And that I'm super excited for that.
But since I had to watch Crawl, I think you have to watch Postman.
Well, I want to watch it though. So let me see. But also, here's another article real quick. And then we'll probably wind down next 15, 20 minutes. The show. I have to go back to work tomorrow. All right. This is an interesting article. Dystopian sci-fi movie worlds ranked by how horrible they'd be to live in. That's kind of interesting.
Can we get a sequel to that movie?
Oh, Dread. Oh,
Yes.
especially with Carl
Yeah, we
Urban.
do
I'm a
need a
huge
Dread sequel. So
Yeah.
they got
Huge
Ghost in
Carl
the
Urban.
Shell. Okay.
Ghost
I
in the
don't watch
Shell.
anime, so I don't know what is this.
Moon. I didn't see Moon yet. I need to.
Next.
Is this the sequel to Moonfall?
The Running
No, it's
Man.
The
way better.
Running Man.
Running
Is
Man.
this where they put everyone against each other? The
Yes.
police?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Gattaca. Oh, I love.
Gattaca.
Look at young Ethan Hawke.
God damn, he looks young. Jesus.
I never seen Gattaca. What's the concept there? What's wrong with the world? Why is it dystopian?
You haven't
They're
seen
all at
Gattaca?
their computers working.
Okay.
It's like IKEA.
Okay, well, let's read about it then. Gattaca is already an art piece about how much life in this deceptively beautiful future blows. It blends classism and eugenics into something both callous and as socially relevant as the evening news, that a genetically engineered will always get first crack at the best of everything, despite laws that meant to prevent discrimination against the naturally and therefore imperfectly conceived. These invalids get the slop jobs in the crummier housing. Yeah, so there's genetically altered people.
He looked like he's
genetically
playing Bruce
engineered,
Wayne.
and they're the upper class and the natural people. It's really well done sci-fi.
Okay.
Did you happen? I don't want to add to the. It can be overwhelming adding movies to list of people that you haven't seen yet. But Ray, did you ever see Gattaca?
I think we watched segments of it in chemistry class because it was like, related to, I think the letters are supposed to be some related to like elements or something like that.
Yeah, like I think it's related to like the genetic code or something. I think it's like
Yeah.
it's based on it's based on GATC, which stands for guanine, adenine, thymine, and cytosine, the four nucleobases of DNA.
But RJ, if there's one that I think if you're interested, I would definitely recommend this. Ryan, do you like Gattaca? Did you see this back in the day?
I never did. I never watched it.
Oh,
I saw it, but like to watch it, and I was like, oh, okay, no, I'll
If you like great sci-fi, it's one of my favorites.
It sounds like your basic sci-fi like how they have the time machine where you have the Eloy and the Morlock or whatever, you have the ones on top that are like the children or they're never messed with or whatever, and then you have the other ones that are down below and they're doing all the work and they're they don't see the light of day and they're all like
I don't
shit.
I'd almost put this in the same category as like Ridley Scott Blade Runner sci-fi, or
speaking of Blade Runner, that's number 10,
or even like Kubrick type. It's a really good film. I don't even know who directed it. Blade Runner, Elysium.
I have seen that.
Yeah, Elysium was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, Dark City.
I have seen that. I don't remember a lot of it, but I've seen it.
Children of Men.
Yeah, I've seen that with old homeboy. It was boring.
Crimes of the Future's on here. That's a new one.
That's a brand new one. Yeah, it's where like they're modifying their bodies and stuff.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
David Cronenberg. Yeah, Snowpiercer.
Haven't seen that.
World is pretty. Snowpiercer's amazing, dude. That movie's freaking.
I heard this is a sequel to Willy Wonka.
There's a remake series that's on TNT. It's pretty good, but the movie's legit. Like the movie.
I need to see this movie then.
It's on Netflix.
Is that Captain America?
That's Captain
Chris
America.
Evansley. It's from the same director, Bong Joon-ho, who did
Human Torch. Yeah.
Oh, I want to check.
Yeah,
this out.
it's a Korean film with
it's
American
Buzz
actors,
Lightyear.
Yeah.
Total Recall.
Oh my goodness, really?
Wow.
Mad Max. Yeah. Dread.
Yeah, there you go.
I love. Which one is that? No, that's not.
The
no,
Road.
Judge Dredd,
Wow.
not Dread. Get that hell out of here with that, Carl.
The Road is basically the prototype of The Last of Us in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I like that. It was a good movie.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
Vigo, the Carpathian.
Okay.
From Lord of the Rings.
All right. I'm just doing rapid fire topics. We're gonna probably end the next few minutes here. Did I already bring this up on? I want to.
Yes.
Umbrella Academy season 3. I got to watch it. It got an 8. great
I
on
do not have the
IGN.
Netflix.
Hey, another show that nobody watches. Yay.
I'm really looking forward to if this is actually going to happen. Highlander.
Oh,
Cavill?
really interesting to see again.
Well, they say it's Cavill, and they say it's going to be Chad Stahelski from
John Wick.
I'm really looking. Because listen, this is now. Don't get mad at me, Brian. I like the premise of Highlander better than the execution. I think Highlander, the first one's great. I think it could be done better.
What?
Yes.
Highlander Endgame is the greatest film of all time.
I'm kicking him out of his own stream. I'm
Pure
sorry.
No, there's some things that I think are good, but I think the premise could be done. I think it could be better executed.
Here's the thing: if you were talking about the sequels, that would be one thing. You are talking about the original Highlander, saying it could be done better.
Yeah, I think it could be done better. It's not that it's bad.
You hit yourself in the head, right?
No.
So we're just gonna get some other band to the soundtrack.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. What other band is gonna?
Why are you saying not happening, Rossi? You're saying it's not going to happen?
I think that's his implication. Yes, that movie's not going to get made.
Oh, Highlander? No, but it's talking about the Highlander movies ranked. I'm actually interested to see that article. Max.
Okay.
The Henry Cavill
we all know
movie
the
is
first
getting
one's going to be
made.
number one.
Well, the first one. Okay, yes.
I agree with that. That is the worst one. That movie's hot garbage. That one's really bad. The Quickening, that sucks too.
Highlander 2 is bad. Hey, man,
I didn't know there was
you're
an
a fan
animated
when you
series.
hate half the movies in the series.
I didn't know there was an animated series.
Never watched it.
The Raven was
I
pretty
watched
bad.
a couple episodes. It wasn't very good. What? That's hate, dude. Highlander Endgame is the endgame. Like, step aside, Marvel. Highlander 3 wasn't too bad.
It was alright.
Mario Van Peebles.
Highlander series wasn't bad. I watched that a little.
Series awesome. It was on right after Star Trek.
I had no clue this was even a thing. I had no clue they even made this.
Search for it.
Japanese anime.
Wow, is it?
And of course, the original. I mean, the original.
Oh yeah, with the Kurgan.
Yeah. All right, I'll watch it again. But I mean, it's one of those things that I'm like, why is everyone so up on this? It's just like, it's good.
Dude, you have Clancy Brown as the Kurgan.
Christopher Lambert learned English while he was doing that movie.
And you got Sean Connery playing a Spanish man because in the 80s that was okay, apparently.
And not a Scot playing a Scot. Hood. That makes a lot of sense.
I would never understand that.
But the second one is just like it doesn't make any sense. That's the problem.
Degrassi, why are you're making me upset saying it's not happening? I want it to happen,
dude. When are the are those animated series anywhere? Like, or do we have
I don't know. Actually, I've never heard of them. Maybe
go buy the bootlegs because I would be interested. Because I love the concept of it too, just like how the quickening works and the game itself. But like when they took it in the second movie and tried to make it like this,
they all came from the planet Zeist.
Yeah,
they were aliens the whole time. What?
Well, I mean that would make sense, okay? Because you like almost go like Marvel with it, like they're Inhumans or something like that, But like, I don't know. It would make sense if they've. I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to execute a concept like that without firmly defining the rules and what they mean. Because the problem with the Highlander series, all the movies, the franchise, is that the rules keep changing with every movie. Because technically speaking, the Kurgan was supposed to be the last one. Like the last immortal. But then...
Well, I think Highlander was meant to be just a standalone movie.
Just a standalone movie.
Beginning, middle, and end of the story. He was the last one. It was the final two dueling to the death. That was it. And they made more.
And none of them are good, Degrassi.
No. We'll give our regards to Mad Matt. He's back doing something. Work.
Have a good night, man.
See you, man.
What's that?
Yeah, we're saying goodbye.
Well, Mad Matt already left.
Yeah, I know. He had to take off.
Well,
so he's.
All right, well, goodbye, Mad Max.
Here.
Damn, bro.
Well, here's a quick update because this is interesting because this is
oh my
Grant
God,
Morrison.
we're talking about this again.
No, not just we're previously worked on because Grant Morrison worked with Ezra on a draft for script, so he's sharing what he thinks about.
This is when Ezra was trying to salvage the project in his
for
Flash. Yeah, he worked with Grant Morrison.
Because he was working against the clock.
So
Yes,
on Rolling
pretty much,
Stone, the comic book writers Miller's legal and personal issues that have been on public display for quite some time. I know they've had these problems. I haven't spoken to them for a while. Last time I spoke was long, long before this. All I can say is that's just not the person I know. Okay. I've heard stories just like everyone else. I just don't know. Ezra cut off contact from pretty much everyone for a while. It's not the person they were. They weren't aggressive in any way. Okay. I just thought Ezra was a super intelligent kid with so many talents. So all I can say is that I didn't see that side in any way with them. Okay, so that
which is understandable. He's only talking about their experience with Ezra.
Right, his
Yeah.
experiences as a writer, talking about a project. They probably
it's,
weren't
I mean,
going out,
even
hanging
though
out.
it was based on controversy, it was nice to hear someone close to Ezra that worked with Ezra for a while say nice things about Ezra, honestly, at this point.
Well, nice. Yeah, I mean, nice stuff based on what
The
they
intelligent
know.
person, not this isn't what I've known
Well,
of
this
Ezra.
is before.
Yeah,
Ezra
yeah, yeah.
went into crazy. So it's like talking about like 2018, 19 Ezra Miller,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right. And then the last article I have, and then we'll probably end this show soon, is I don't know if I showed this before. Maybe I did. What is your favorite Pixar movie?
Ratatouille is a masterpiece.
So we'll go here and we'll see what people say. Toy Story, Bug's Life, Toys, and we each get to pick one. I know mine. Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Cars, Ratatouille, Wall-E, Up, Toy Story 3, Cars 2, Brave, Monster University, Inside Out, The Good Dinosaur, Finding Dory, Cars 3, Coco, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, Onward, Soul, Luca, Turning Red, Lightyear. Who wants to go first?
I will. Cars.
Cars, okay.
Love Cars.
Ryan, are you a big Pixar fan?
Oh, I love Pixar.
What's your favorite?
I love old Pixar because I thought that the stories that they made were just so clever. But my favorite, or yeah, I guess my favorite would be Incredibles. I like that one, and I like the sequel. But I like the premise of like Monsters Inc., where it's like the monsters in the under the bed, but they actually come from the closet. And the closet is attached to a different world, and they have to use they get their energy from the kids and all that. And I like how interesting concepts they had, like the toy stories. When you leave the room, the toys are alive and they communicate and whatever, and you come back in. I love the the premise. Finding Nemo is cool, but it's like it didn't have that same. It was just a fun adventure, but like even Wall-E had a pretty interesting premise.
What about Ratatouille? He's a masterpiece.
Ratatouille was okay. Again, it wasn't. I would say Ratatouille is right along with like Finding Nemo. It was just a fun story, but it didn't really open up a new world of like, oh, rats. They're the reason why everybody likes the food. It's just this one restaurant.
I love that movie though.
It's not a bad movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but I just think that a lot of like A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life was so clever. They had so many clever things in that movie that it was just like, wow, that's awesome. And I like the whole back and forth, of the studios, DreamWorks versus Pixar. And
yeah,
okay, I'll watch Ants, or
Golden
I'll
Age,
watch,
yeah,
or I'll watch.
DreamWorks still alive?
Yeah, they're still doing stuff.
I haven't heard of them in a long time.
They're not. I don't think they're doing animation like Pixar is anymore. They're doing other films, but DreamWorks is still alive because that's Steven Spielberg, man. He ain't gonna let that shit die. But I like robots, and all that. Those are all fun movies. But I just think Pixar, the older Pixar movies that they had, really well crafted, stories and really well crafted worlds that they were creating. And I was like, wow, I really like that. That's really cool. So that's my answer.
Cool. Rhea, your favorite Pixar movie?
Yeah, my favorite is Bug's Life. To Ryan's point, I really liked how they used aspects of the environment to pretty much like replicate like plant-based like machines and environments and
spotlights by using bugs' butts.
Yeah. All those things are like kind of gags, but like also really clever at the same time.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, and also like the themes of just the ants sort of like becoming more cognizant of their ability to unite and take on the grasshoppers. I really like that a bunch. So yeah, that's my pick.
You stole mine. That's my favorite, Bug's Life. I also remember getting the Toy Story, was it DVD or whatever at that time, and that was like the behind this VHS, and it was behind the scenes of their next project was Bug's Life, and it's like, oh, this studio. It was like the first time I actually like tracked a studio. I'm like, this studio is going to do something else, and then you have a perspective from a bug. Yeah. And it was it was fun. It was the humor I liked more in A Bug's Life over Toy Story. I still like Toy Story a lot, but I like the characters, and it's a hidden gem in Pixar. It doesn't get as much love as it should. So that was my pick to it. Anthony?
Incredible was Ratatouille. Bug Lives, I agree.
Okay.
And what else? And Toy Story, yeah. And Wall-E. Yeah, that's good.
RJ?
Well, good job, Anthony, picking 5 movies.
Yeah, I like Incredibles and Toy Story and Cars and Ratatouille.
Obviously, the best Pixar movie ever made is Cars 2. I loved when Mater went into the Japanese women's bathroom. That was pure cinema. No, in all seriousness,
the pistachio ice cream.
No, I really like Cars 2. I don't like
Cars
people.
2. I don't like Cars 2.
that movie.
I think Cars 2 is the worst one they've ever made.
I try to get my nephews into cars. That's why I was like, I love those movies.
For me, my favorite is Ratatouille, followed very closely by The Incredibles and Monsters, Inc. But if I had to pick, I think Ratatouille is the best one. I think Brad Bird did an amazing job with that. The visuals, especially. The story, the message of it, just I found it to be really enthralling. I thought it was a very adult film too, at its core, about pursuing dreams and passion and what it means to be a critic and what it means to give people a chance, regardless of where they come from. That kind of universal messaging, which I really appreciated. In terms of like rewatchability factor, though, I think Monsters Inc. maybe is probably my favorite. Though I think that's a movie I can watch on loop and I would never get tired of. I just think that's peak Pixar, to be honest. I love the concept, the humor. I mean, so many of the movies are so iconic. Like I remember every single one of the movies in the early years by heart. I know all of them, like beat for beat. I can recite lines. Soul was really good. I like Soul. I actually did quite enjoy Turning Red, which came out earlier this year. I actually quite enjoyed that one. I hope I
really
like
Luca.
We'll see.
Luca was so much.
Luca, I really like too. Luca to me felt like a Studio Ghibli movie, but made by Pixar.
I get that, definitely.
And
all right, I'm gonna vote here for my favorite, and then see what the people on the site see where they rank.
All right, what's number 1?
The Incredibles.
Wow.
Wall-E, Toy Story.
Ratatouille's in the top 4.
Up is a good movie.
Oh man, hey,
what's the lowest ranked one? I'm just curious.
Lightyear. Monster University, Turning Red, Bravebot, Incredibles 2, Good Dinosaur, Onward, Finding Dory.
Cars 2 got 0 votes.
Wow.
I know, like people like to bash the Cars movie. I'm like, come on.
To be fair, they were kind of made for toys. Let's be fair.
Well, they're made for me too.
That's bull crap, dude.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of that.
The first Cars I like. I like the first Cars. The second one I don't like. I'll be honest, I've never seen the third one.
I haven't even seen the other one that they made.
Third one was pretty good.
No, the worst one is Planes.
Planes was not Pixar. Planes was Disney Toons, the direct-to-video company.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, I think now's a good time to end because it's midnight for me and I gotta get it ready for work.
Yeah, me too.
I appreciate all the members. I appreciate the support of the show. I think members mailbag's a lot of fun. It gives us a lot of interesting topics that aren't just, it's not always cape stuff for Brian. It's good questions in there, and it gets us talking about the love of movies and our fandom. So, thank you so much. We'll be back soon, and RJ might have a special stream tomorrow. I'll do my best to keep RJ around though. So we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see
what he's.
On? What?
I think he's doing a stream tomorrow. Brian, go check out Brian's channel. He's been doing stuff on his main channel again.
Yeah.
So that's great. And we got to do let me know, Brian. I'll catch up on man, I got to get back into Star Trek again. I'm sorry. I love Star Trek, but I always put Star Trek on the back burner with other stuff. I really
think about
liked
that next time you beg me to watch Stranger Things.
I didn't beg you to watch it, did I?
I'm not talking about you personally. I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
Anyone that decides to beg me and talk me into like, why haven't you watched Stranger Things? You should watch Stranger Things. It's so great. You should watch Stranger Things. I'm
Oh,
like,
Stranger Things, the show that nobody talks about.
I just like, dude. So yeah.
No, but I
love how
did.
Ryan's looking around like, what the hell is he saying?
I will say a recommendation that I just started watching, and my wife didn't like it, but I loved it. Was For All Mankind on Apple Plus, where it's an alternative history of the space race. The Russians get to do first. And it has.
Have you watched Ted Lasso?
I didn't finish Ted Lasso. I love Ted Lasso.
Hey.
It's just something I didn't finish yet. See,
Woke up
it's
in the
like
morning.
I'm distracted and I can't get back to it. But For All Mankind is amazing. I told RJ, I texted him. It's really good. Joel Kinnaman, and not any spoilers, but the Russians get there first, and it's a big blow to NASA. And it's kind of like
So NASA gave up instead.
No, they're under a lot of pressure to do something important because Russia got there first. So they're going to say we're not stopping at the moon. What if they keep going with the space race and maybe they're going to explore? I don't know. It's really well done. I wish Brian could watch it too. I think, but it's Apple Plus. It's just another subscription.
Oh yeah,
I think you would like it though.
I think I'm in trouble with my services right now. That like Disney Plus is like.
We've all been there.
I just got to watch the end of Kenobi.
Yeah, right. One more week, man. Stall me out. One more week.
Yeah.
I get paid Friday.
The struggle's real with streaming. It is. It is.
Oh, it's even worse because I canceled Paramount Plus because it doesn't. There's no app on the TV that I have. So in order to get it, I have to get it through Amazon. So that's like double billing. Damn, Amazon.
Oh, the bots are back.
All right.
Come on. Oh, hey.
I got you. Look at that.
Hey,
shit.
perfect
Like
timing.
this. Oh, somebody already did it. Never mind. We're good.
Oh, Max, so for Hans and Bomberny and I, we're super down to do a series digest on Obi-Wan after the finale.
Oh, yes.
So,
I'd love to be in on that.
Yeah, if you want to shoot for maybe Thursday, I can coordinate with Bob and Hans.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. Although, oh yeah, I'll see it by then. I'm trying to think if I'm going to stay up at night. If it is really that long, like but I'll watch it in the daytime if I don't. So yeah, I could do Thursday. Yes.
Okay, cool. We will pencil in Thursday.
Sure. I can't wait to talk about the finale and all that leads to. But I'm like, is it really going to be an hour and a half? I do want it to be, but then thinking about staying up an hour and a half, it'll be like 4:30 in the morning before I get to bed or 5. So I'll probably have to watch it in the daytime after. I almost wish I could call off work. I just don't have any days left. That's like an event that in the past when I wasn't as responsible, I would call off work for stuff like that. I wish I could, but I have to plan my days to help with my dad, like take him to doctors and stuff. So I can't be. Oh, I would just love to take the day off and just talk about Obi-Wan all day long. But that sounds great. Thanks, Rhea. So check out. That's going to be on your channel, Rhea.
Oh yeah, I'm happy to host that.
Glimmercast, is that the format or?
Yeah, totally. We can definitely do that.
Cool. Definitely checked out Ryan. Brian, what are you working on? You got 10-4 tomorrow?
10-4 tomorrow. We'll be talking some Strange New Worlds and some Kenobi, so it should be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Ryan, what do you work? What are you doing here? Finish the motion comic project.
I'm working on it. Yeah, we're working on it, and it should be released in August. So
Okay, cool.
That's
Does
the
John Cena make a cameo?
I can't tell you that. So yeah, but it's full of surprises, but it's gonna be dope. If you like the first one, we like the second one better. So I hope that everybody else likes the second one better too.
Yeah, we all really appreciate the hard work and effort.
Hashtag Project Justice League, guys. If you haven't checked it out, it is on the Four Nerds Network. Just go check it out. It's a passion project that we did this year, and it's really cool. If you like watching animation or whatever, it's not an animated show, but it's an animated story, and you can kind of follow along. And if you like DC Comics and all that, then
donate.
Yeah, and also we have
I
the
donated,
option to donate, and Max certainly did. And we have the option, or we have the option on there to donate to AFSP, which is a really good foundation. So,
yeah,
do that.
It shows you how fandom becomes a dirty word, but no, if you search out, there's great things, and fans doing amazing things is I really could get behind. And thank you so much for working on that. It was such a great idea when you guys came up with that. I was like, wow, that is a great idea. And I'm so happy. Regardless of what happens, we get this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Keep
I mean,
working.
we got about 43K views so far.
Wow, great.
For the project. So that's the most that we've ever that we have on our channel to date. Hopefully the second one will be bigger. And then for our donation, total raise so far is $1,750. So
Awesome. Anthony, what are you working on, bro?
Just chilling with y'all. That's it.
RJ,
just hanging out.
Okay. I'm streaming. I'm keeping the content rolling, and I'll be back tomorrow. Monday's usually my hard day to stream.
Well, Monday's your day off, though.
Well, I have a 10-hour day at work, and oh my goodness, and I gotta really focus. I gotta really focus on work. I made a mistake last week, so I gotta. You know how when you do something at work, you're like, oh,
make mistakes, people die.
No, not like that.
Fired.
When I make a mistake and then I know that I have a one-on-one coming up and I know it's gonna come up, I'm like, oh god, and then I'm just like, oh hey, how are you? And then I just try to avoid talking about it, but then they're like, so yeah, about what happened, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me.
So I'm obsessing about it a little bit, and I don't want to make it again. So I'm worried about the work.
Your boss got angry?
No, she was cool. The one thing that's great is I have one of the coolest bosses ever now. My supervisor,
nice.
She's great. So she was like, I'm like, oh, should I be worried? And she's like, no, but you got to watch it. So it should be all right. Should be all right. I'm glad I have a good boss. So thank you everyone for watching. Support everyone. Thanks for all the love out there and having great talks, nerd talk. And have a great week, everyone.
Nos vemos. Bye. Hello. Nos vemos.